more so each year. But the early morning Stone Pimp is here.
3, 2, 1.
People are expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
We go now live.
This is where we live.
Are you ready to get your world rocked?
That's what I'm talking about.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just gonna wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens. Now let's see what happens.
And now.
Right now.
Now, it's Senning Show. With your host, John Senning.
Line into the trial the final time, jostling 3 wide behind the first 2 rows. Cindric, Priest at the line. Who? Cindric. I like Cindric, and it's because of them lap cars in front of him. He had the upper hand with the cars in front.
Now it's been gone too long, too much cocaine. But now that I'm back on the block, I'm ready to rock left to right all night.
Welcome to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He is Dizzy. About to have a birthday. Yeah, it is celebratory all the way around. So today is 9 years at CMG for you, and tomorrow is your actual day of birth. Do you remember getting hired here the day before your birthday?
I do remember getting hired. My first gig was literally on my birthday. It was the next day. It was Beyonce.
Really?
It was a Beyonce gig.
Oh, for who? What station?
Was
the Bone?
Magic.
Oh, Magic.
Magic. It would have been Magic. Yeah.
Damn, you're a Magic guy to start. Oh yeah, because that's it. You were working with Tyson.
Tyson, yeah. So it was Magic, 97X, 107.3 The Eagle, and the Dove.
Yeah. I'd love to see like, you know how like on ESPN and stuff they have those like deep dive statistics that you can get into.
Yeah.
Like all of the statistics of Dizzy's career, like amount of times that you could have been fired, amount of times that you said something offensive, amount of all of these different things, because I remember, and I don't know how we had to have talked about this on the air, but I remember early on in your career here, you posted something on social media that
dirtier than Diz.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw it, I thought, because I was also at the time, buddy with Tyson's, so I remember being kind of clued into it. And I've been like, this guy's done. Like at that point, I didn't even know you. Like I just knew that you worked here. And in my head, I'm like, okay, well this guy just did it. He's done now. And look at you, here you are, 9 years later.
On Senning Show.
Does it feel like 9 years? Because time in radio has a funny way of going super slow while simultaneously flying by. Does it feel like damn near a decade?
No, and I think because it's half and half. Half of that I was not really in the bone at all. And then, after the Punch-Out 2018, I think, is when I started transitioning.
Oh, is that when it was? Because you were doing pretty much promo stuff for Magic and that crew, and then you did the Punch-Out, and that kind of endeared you to the Bone crew, and then you've been Bone Strong ever since.
I was going to, because at one point I just like, all right, well, all the on-air stuff, it's nowhere where I'm gonna, because I thought I'm more hip hop and stuff. Where are they gonna sit me on the Dove? So I was like, maybe I should get into promotions, marketing, and all that stuff. Promotions manager. I got a call from Atlanta, and I was going to work it there. And it was
for CMG?
They were about to fly me out. And,
what?
Yeah, they were about to fly me out.
So you were going to take like a job that would have been equivalent to Corey or something like that in Atlanta.
Atlanta, dog.
And when was this? Was before the Punch-Out?
This was, I want to say, right before the Punch-Out.
Oh, happening. Damn. Are you kicking yourself in the ass for not taking that job?
No.
Is that going to be full time?
Because here's the thing. One is, I think they didn't like my last interview when they were going to fly me out, which because like the guy who came in, because there's one girl who's doing the hiring process, and this guy came in from like sales, and he started asking me all these questions that like you would only know if you went to school for this type of stuff. So I was like, I feel like he wants me to know I'm out of my league right now.
He's just like, we don't think this is for you.
Yeah. He's like, what are the 5 steps of marketing?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Well,
so I just
keep the journey alive.
Yeah.
I still think you're in the early ages of your career in radio, and as somebody who's been there and tried to see the forest through the trees, just know you keep doing it the way you're doing it, and everything's going to work out, even if it doesn't feel like it sometimes.
I enjoy some of the milestones I've got to hit, whether it's like moving up from phone screener, but like also like getting to do the after show and turn it into a show again. That was great. Now I get to be on the mic with 2 shows back to back. That's never happened. So I'm enjoying it, bro.
You're breaking ground. You're breaking ground.
Still getting paid,
Yeah, it's tough.
But I'm here.
Yeah.
baby.
You are still getting paid.
Yeah.
Like if you just leave it at that is true, which there's something to be said for that. Yes, vroom vroom baby. Yesterday was Talladega for all those that watched it. Dude, so a couple guys got that were right up at the front. The dude that technically finished second and the guy that finished fifth, Priest and Logano, both disqualified. So they finished up near the front, and then due to a couple different reasons, were disqualified. My man Byron now technically finished in third, and Larson in second. No big crashes yesterday. Normally the big wreck at the super speedway, and that did not happen. But it was still a nice day to kick back and watch a little vroom vroom baby.
So you had the iced tea going,
dude.
and stuff.
I have these habits and these things in my life that make it seem like I'm actually an 85-year-old man. Become very passionate about making sun tea on Sundays.
Okay.
Dude, which I grew up drinking it. Like there's something about iced tea. Like when we were young, you've been playing outside all day and you come home to a nice big glass of iced tea. And the way that my mom used to make it was sun tea, which is pretty much, I mean, it's not that complicated. You get a big ass glass jar and then you put the tea bags in there and you let it sit in the sun all day. So that's been a ritual, a NASCAR ritual in our house for the past couple weeks, where we cook up a big batch of sun tea, and this one had some peaches in it, so that's what made it
give it a little kick on it.
That's what made it the Talladega tea.
What about the foods? What foods did you cook up for vroom vroom baby?
Yesterday, we pretty much have some staples of the food as well. We did a big batch of boiled peanuts.
Okay, of course,
with all the fixins. We did some with all the fixins, and we did some smoked cream cheese. And then. Dude, it's honestly our favorite snack, and it's so damn easy to make. So I got like the pellet smoker. So you just take a block of cream cheese, you score it, so you just cut crisscross slices in it, hit it with a nice barbecue rub, and then throw it in the smoker at like 220, 225 for an hour. And then we like to put like a pepper jelly or something over the top.
Yeah.
And you just tear that bad boy up with some crackers.
Oh, that sounds
It's delicious,
great.
dude. It is legit. I turned my parents onto it. Now they're smoking up cream cheese every weekend.
How did you get the idea?
I saw it somewhere. I didn't come up with it. Yeah, no, I saw it. I'm a sucker for a social media recipe, or dude, I'll buy things off social media. I'll cook up a recipe, and then I went to Publix yesterday without any guidance in the world. Like I was going there. Danielle had some leftover pizza. So she's like, get whatever you want. So I'm just walking aimlessly through Publix. And what I ended up landing on, and don't ask me how, was I got a roll of the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. And then I got a rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
And some of that 5-pepper Colby Jack cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
So I just threw down, sliders.
Yeah.
Just threw some rotisserie chicken with some ranch and some cheese and just threw those bad boys in the oven. And, hell of a snack, hell of a treat, hell of a Sunday. Thank you to everybody who's been reaching out. Brody is he's still with us right now. It's this whole thing is just
you said a roller coaster, man.
It's just a lot, dude.
Yeah.
All I can say is that having a senior dog with issues is not for the faint of heart. Like it was now almost 3 months ago since they told us that, he would probably only make it 2 more days on his own. He had been as good as humanly possible. Like we have an at-home vet that comes around and checks on him, and she was there on it was on Tuesday, and she walked in the door. She's like, "Who is this dog?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh my God, whatever you guys are doing, keep doing it." And then Friday comes along, and I shared some of the details on Friday, and I don't really wish to get into them again right now. But just a horrific health emergency, I guess you could say. And he's okay today. He's resting peacefully. He's bounced back again, which I'm grateful for. But it's just a lot. It's a lot to go to those moments where you think things are inevitable, and then you come back, and obviously you're grateful that they are, but it's still just a lot, and it weighs on you. And
it's been a roller coaster, but he's in great hands with you and Danielle, and like it's so crazy to me that like your show's popping off, and this is happening during it, and you have to deal with it. I know you want to be here, dog. I do, but also I feel like I've gotten to know you a lot more, and like Friday, just hearing you talk for a couple minutes is like he should not be here. Yeah, he needs to be there because his mind is there, and he needs to relax. He'll be good here.
Yeah, it's weird, dude. It's a very weird element of what we do, where it's not like a normal job where you just you don't go in, you call in, whatever. Like there's a certain and it's interesting because I think Drew has that a lot too, where he doesn't and he lives by it more than I do, because it's just tough. It's tough to not be here, but it's also tough to be here. And a lot of it is these moments that are so terrible. It's like, I'm not going to let Danielle deal with it all alone. Yeah. So, I'm not living in a fantasy land. I know that we are in a phase that, is going to come to an end sometime sooner than later. So it's this weird mixture of being grateful for the time that we have left while also trying to enjoy it while riding the waves. And then, I also know that when that day does come, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like for me. And I think this is as bad as it is, and as rough as it has been to go through these ups and downs. I think it's prepared us in a way that maybe we were not prepared. Like if this all just came out of nowhere one day and it was over, maybe it would be tougher. I think in a weird way, like it has prepared us and maybe toughened us up a little bit. But
that's a great point, because going on the milestone things, and that kind of turning stuff off. Darkest part of my life, I was working here, and it's not like working a cubicle job where you can come in having the worst day and kind of just keep to yourself and deal with whatever you're doing. We come here, that mic turns on, you got to snap into it and just entertain, and that's hard to do.
Well, and I think the toughest part is too, because I always I just want to be genuine. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to give you pretty much whatever's going on in my mind and my life, and the vibe is almost always 100% authentic, which I think is kind of the secret sauce for a lot of things on this radio station. So it's like I could come in here and tell you what I'm really thinking for 3 hours, and that would be misery. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing where your options are come in here and fake it, and maybe you make it through, and maybe you're good enough at it for people to not pick up on it, or you go in and you don't fake it and you're just depressing and bumming people out for 3 hours. So I'm very grateful for you and Mo to be able to sit here, to Joj as well. I heard a bit of the show and I'm grateful for that, but that still doesn't mean I don't have some sort of inner guilt on the times that I'm not here. So, there'll probably be other days, and ultimately that ultimate day is coming sometime sooner, but we're just riding the wave, man. That's really all it is. It feels like, we're now going on 3 months of saying, the roller coaster, the up and down. And it is absolutely weighing on me. Like, that's the thing. I think this last one was, I don't want to say it broke me or anything like that, but it's just rough, dude. Yeah. It's just rough. That's all there is to it. I do have to say thank you to everybody from Old Salt, King of the Beach, my buddy Dustin at Yank Local. I did spend a significant amount of time out there on Saturday. I hung out at the Yank Local booth for a bit, and then I was part of the dude, I got to say, man, these fishermen and women are damn impressive. They I wish I could put into words how long the line is. So when you get out there, the line is forming early in the day. So they get off the boat, and then all of these fishermen just start lining up in a line that wraps all around the grounds and back up and down. And they're weighing kingfish and Spanish mackerel. And, there's certain categories, ladies categories, traveling categories. So I was there to kind of announce the teams and bring them up on stage. And it's just pretty damn cool to see all of these. Like, these fish, absolutely. The biggest fish out there were probably like 3 times the size of this board.
Oh, wow.
Like, these are giant fish. And the people at Old Salt are legitimately some of the sweetest people in the world. Thanks to Amy and Tommy, and again to Dustin and everybody that was out there, because it's a really, really cool event with a bunch of good people. And they hooked. I had the drink tickets as well. So the tequila was making me feel a little bit better.
Pouring nice. Yeah.
It really it was feeling pretty good, dude. I watched 2 movies over this weekend.
Okay.
And I have to throw both of them at you because one, they're very, very different, but for different reasons. Let me take this real quick. Sending show, you're on the air.
Hey, this is Jesse from Northport.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
Hey, I just wanted to lend a paw to you and say, as a fellow animal lover, that my heart is with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Jesse. I really do. Yep. And that's the thing, too, is there's people that, and that's another reason why I also battle with what I want to share and what I want to talk about, because I don't mean this as a dig on anybody. I just know that not everybody feels the same way about animals and about their pets, and some people don't have dogs, and some people just don't look at it like that. So I don't always know that everybody can relate, but I appreciate you saying that.
And that's okay. And, you know, I just appreciate you sharing your heart and wearing it on your sleeve for those of us who do understand. And for those who don't, that's okay, too.
Yep.
I'm loving listening to you guys. You're doing an awesome job with this new setup. And I love you guys.
We love you, too.
And compartmentalization is exactly what y'all are talking about.
Yeah. It's tough sometimes.
Being able to... It is. I used to be a shrink in my other life, and it is really tough to go from one room listening to someone's emotional stuff and then, like, zipping it up and going into the next room and being just as present. And so that is a tough thing to do, and you guys are nailing it. So it's just a balance of sharing and not.
Thank you. Thank you, Jesse. I appreciate you. Dude, so first movie we watched, Saturday night. Dude, this movie is one for the ages that I do not know if I recommend or I do not recommend. It is absolutely one of the raunchiest, horniest movies I have ever seen in my entire life.
Getting me going vroom vroom, baby.
Dude, I don't know, dude. You're going to be vroom vrooming in your pants if you watch this, because I don't know if you've heard of it. It just came out this past weekend on Max. It is called Baby Girl. It's Nicole Kidman. Have you heard about this at all?
No. Have you heard this? Seen this?
Dude, I do not know what to say or to think about this, but the briefest synopsis is she's a happily married, like, CEO type.
Yep.
And she gets I guess seduced by an intern,
a young intern.
Dude, and the sexual, I don't even really know how to say it.
The tagline just say, "This Christmas, get exactly what you want."
Dude, so it's like 50 Shades of Grey meets, like, she very, very, very horny is the only word that I can say. Like she wants to be dominated by this young guy. And I mean, Nicole Kidman has done some sexy stuff, like she's, been nude and things like that. But the way that this guy interacts with her and the things that he makes her do, like she's drinking water out of a bowl like a dog.
Yeah.
Like the theme is he kind of treats her like a dog. Like, I don't mean that in a generalization. He actually, like, I think their first sexual encounter, he, like, puts a little piece of candy in his hand and he's talking to her like she's a dog, and it's a treat. And dude, it is.
I gotta try that.
You've got to watch the movie.
Who plays her husband?
Her husband is Antonio Banderas. Yeah, and dude, she is not getting a nut with Antonio so much that she's got to run into the arms of an intern. It is a weird movie. I don't know that the storyline totally is well thought out, but just for the horny scale being off the charts, if you happen upon Baby Girl with Nicole Kidman, you should at least take a glimpse at it, because it is, like, it takes a lot to shock me.
Yeah.
I was shocked about 6 times during the watching of this film.
Did it feel kind of uncomfortable to watch at a moment?
Oh, that would be an understatement.
Okay,
it was one of the most uncomfortable watches that I've probably ever watched, because, in the beginning, she's like battling with what she really wants and what she doesn't want. So like their interaction is like, I don't even know the words to use it, but
Who found this movie?
The fact of the matter is it's funny. I've known about this movie and I've been waiting for it to come out. So
really?
Well, we were doing a story. This might have been going back to like before the beginning of the year. There was a story going around about how Nicole Kidman was so exhausted and felt physically ill from all of the orgasms that she had to fake on a daily basis during the making of this film. And I mean, dude, there are some scenes like it's got to be. I'll give you this. It's got to be the most sexually charged first 10 minutes of a movie ever. Like
really?
the beginning of the movie, before you even see anything, while the credits are still rolling, you're hearing Nicole Kidman like get one. And then what happens within that interaction and right after, I don't want to give away a bunch of spoilers, but you learn very early on that as much of a stud as Antonio Banderas is, she's got to run to the other room and watch porn to finish herself off.
Oh,
so
wow.
I mean, it is like a super. It's a wild movie, and yes, uncomfortable. I was thinking to myself because like Danielle and I are watching and we're looking at each other like, what the hell? All I could think was that if you had like put this movie on with like your parents or like any sort of mixed company, like I don't even know that I'd want to watch this movie with friends. Like it is like it's about as close to a porno as you can get without it being a porno.
At what point during the movie did it go from, okay, we're watching this movie, I'm interested to what happens, to you're just kind of making fun of the movie?
I will say it's so funny you mentioned that because some of the sex scenes get to be almost like they're a joke.
Okay,
like they're so over the top. The licking is so aggressive. The tongue movement is just so egregious that it is. I would recommend everybody watch it just to say that you did, but I was just thinking of being on Max and you're like over at your in-laws house or something like, oh, there's a new Nicole Kidman movie out. Let's all watch it as a family. It is not meant to be watched with many people because it is very, very, it's rough.
Yeah, like the girls shouldn't even be in the house if this is playing.
It's possible.
They can hear this from the other room and you're gonna. Yeah.
Dude, and there's this. I'm gonna just tell you one scene that kind of encapsulates the whole movie without giving super spoilers. So this is like, I think before Nicole Kidman has sex with the guy and like they're just teasing the fact that maybe she wants to be told what to do.
Okay.
She wants to be manhandled. So they're at like a work function and she's the CEO. She's the CEO and he's an intern. So she's like kind of watching him from across the room.
He interns for her, just like the company.
The company, pretty much the company.
It's not like a personal assistant.
No,
okay,
no.
Yeah.
So he's like over in the other room and she's kind of watching him. And then out of nowhere, all the like the big wigs and the people at the table are like ordering cocktails. And out of nowhere, somebody delivers a big, tall glass of milk to the table. And it sits down in front of her and she's like looking around and everyone's like, where did the milk come from? And she looks up and the guy just kind of like gives her the eye, kind of gives her the eye.
That's from Daddy.
And dude, she chugs this glass of milk and all of the people at the table are like, what are you doing drinking that milk? Who ordered the milk? And she just chugs it. And then it's like a couple minutes later and she goes up to the bar and he just comes up right behind her and goes, good girl. Dude, and that's it.
I'm in.
That sets up the whole movie. And it's horny, dude.
I got one last question because I am kind of invested now.
You got to watch it.
What's their first encounter like that makes you be like, oh, something's going on? Like, how does he approach her?
Dude,
or does she approach him?
I will tell you that is maybe one of the faults in the movie is that it seemingly goes from 0 to 100 very, very, very quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like how that was really my problem with the movie by the time it was all said and done is how did he know? I'm giving away so much of the movie, but I'm sorry. So the beginning of the movie is her seeing him, this dog, this giant German Shepherd is attacking people on the street. And this guy who she doesn't even know is about to be her intern walks up to the dog and like gets the dog to chill out immediately. And that is kind of...
He tames it.
Yeah,
okay.
It seems like that's the moment she's immediately horny for the guy.
I want him to tame this.
And then she like tells him, how'd you do that to the dog? And it's almost like by her saying that, he gets the message that she wants to be tamed like that dog.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay.
So it's game on immediately.
All
like the first time they're alone in a room together, it's horny. That's all I'll say. So that is Baby Girl.
Baby Girl.
Baby Girl. Nicole Kidman, like you've never seen her before. Dude, there's a scene. I've said enough, but there's a scene where, let's just say, he makes her do something that maybe she's never done before, that may like exist in the
Animal Kingdom.
No, like the I'll say like very liquid based.
Oh, okay. I already know where you're going.
Yeah,
with this.
exactly. And I mean that's
There's a shower scene.
Sorta. Sending show. What's up?
Very golden-esque.
Maybe.
Hey, John and Dizzy, how are you?
Good. Who's this?
This is Heidi.
Hey, Heidi. How you doing?
Good. So I went to the movies with my 21-year-old son and his girlfriend.
Oh, my God. Tell me you
see
saw
that
Baby
movie?
Girl. Oh, my God.
We saw Baby Girl.
With your 21-year-old son and his girlfriend.
Yes, it was the most uncomfortable situation. But we have the movie pass, so we can see 3 movies a week. So we kind of just go see movies without doing a lot of research on them.
Oh, my God. I cannot even fathom what everybody was thinking watching that movie together. I mean...
Well, my son literally put his head down about 2 minutes into the movie and went to sleep or pretended like he was sleeping the entire movie.
Yeah,
it was so uncomfortable.
I mean, it was actually, there were moments where I think I had to bury my head in the pillow just because it got so what did you think of the movie overall? Because I was done watching it and like it was so shocking and over the top that like I guess I enjoyed the ride, but I couldn't really tell if I liked the movie.
Yes. I think that in the right company, maybe, but it was a lot. Like I think the lights went on, and me and my son's girlfriend just looked at each other like, "What did we just see?"
Yeah, there's a lot there's a lot in there. I also found. Did you think that maybe the intern guy was like not hot enough to make the story believable? Did that cross your mind?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking like Nicole Kidman automatically just wants to bang this young dude seemingly for no reason, and he looks like about the most generic guy you could possibly
Yeah, I agree with that too. But yes, I've been in many movies since, and she's always in the intro for the AMC, and I just can't look at her the same.
Yeah, she is. Man, I will say, watching that with your son and his girlfriend has to be. I was thinking it's so bad that I was thinking that as I'm watching it, I'm like, just imagine if you were watching it with anybody else on earth and how uncomfortable it might be. So. Well, you all.
It was very, very. Yeah. We made it through, though. We're good.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay, I've seen this guy in what was that movie?
Has he been in stuff before?
I saw him in Iron Claw. You ever watched that?
He was in Iron Claw?
Yeah, he was one of the brothers.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Well, I will tell you, he bust out that Iron Claw a couple times in this movie. Dude, the funny thing is, the Iron Claw seemingly is his go-to move.
That's his go-to. Is his finisher?
It really is. Sending show, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, John? I just wanted to tell you thank you for putting me on the Wild Fork, man. I ordered some this weekend. I'm stoked to check it out this week. The Baby Girl movie, oddly enough, this girl took me on a first date. We went to go watch that movie. You want to talk about uncomfortable, but like very sexually charged? Oh, my God.
Dude, did you guys get it on after?
Yes.
Dude, I got to say, it probably does wonders. Because there is that 50 Shades element that women obviously are into quite a bit. That I think it probably gets women going more than they would like to admit. I believe.
Yeah, we talked about all that kind of like sexual stuff before, and I was like, yeah, I'm about that life, and she's like, oh, I'm a little iffy.
Did you make her? Did you make her drink water out of a bowl that first night, or?
Yeah.
No, God, I wish now.
Yeah. Well, dude, man, report back once you try your Wild Fork goods, buddy. I appreciate you checking in.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah, dude, you got to watch it ASAP now, so you can report back. I think that sounds like a nice birthday activity.
Yeah. Some baby girl.
Yeah, it really. There's not many movies that would make me feel that way. But
how long is it? Like an hour and 20? I don't want to invest too much in this movie.
Yeah, probably. It's not the longest. I
feel like it's a movie though. Like I could watch, get up, grab some stuff from the fridge.
Yeah.
Make some food.
I kept getting up and like walking around because sometimes it does get a little. I have a terrible attention span, and sometimes it got to be a little too. I don't want to say lovey-dovey, but more about like why she's so messed up and just all these different things. And I'm like, okay, get back to the
the dog
Get back to
licking bowl.
get back to the waterworks, and let me know when it's time to go.
What was the other one you saw?
The other one, I'm actually going to tell you when we come back.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell you when we come back because there's something I legitimately wanted to discuss. I don't have nearly as much to say about the movie, but it connects to something very specific when it comes to those who put their lives on the line for their job every single day. And this was a brand new movie as well. Woody Harrelson was in this movie, highly recommended. And they do a very specific job, which is terrifying. And we'll dig into that when we come back. And we'll have that thing. The story is everywhere. It's horrific of what happened in Clearwater with the Clearwater Ferry. We're still getting more information on what exactly happened. I'll bring you the latest on that. And we'll talk about the movie I watched and the profession connected to it in just a couple moments with more Senning Show. It is time to make the switch. If you have a current provider and you're not completely happy, Hawkins Service Co. is simple and stress-free. With over 30 years of trusted service, Hawkins offers expert HVAC, pool repair, electrical, and plumbing. One call really does handle it all. I have had these folks in my home multiple times at this point. I trust them. I love a company that it's like they weren't even there. After they do work, they clean up after themselves. They wear the little booties in your home. That's because they actually care. And right now is a great time to get ready for summer. Get that AC running well with a $49 spring tune-up or $1,500 off any complete AC system replacement. And get your pool looking nice, too. Get it running right. $250 off variable speed pumps, $250 off pool automation systems, and 10% off if you let them know that you're a Bone listener using them for the first time. Call them right now, 813-445-8209. You can even book online, HawkinsServiceCO.com.
Father is a betting man, but I got myself a steady hand. He's sitting in the corner with a six-pack of Corona, betting that his son will win again.
You're listening to Senning Show on 102.5 The Bone. Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
And now, breaking news. You leaving me. Your state-of-the-art 65-inch 4K smart television. For going out with friends and not staying in to watch TV. Sources confirm that is a terrible decision. Picture-in-picture mode. Do your friends have that? Can they simultaneously stream live sports and extreme baking shows? How about I make everything sepia? Whatever you want, I'll do it. Just don't put me on standby.
Don't listen to your TV. Head out with your friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
This April is your last chance to max your tax refund at Sun Toyota. Bring us your rebate and we'll double it up to $3,000. Then get 0% financing on select new Toyota trucks. Backed by a nationwide lifetime warranty with 4-year maintenance on new models. Hurry in today or shop online at suntoyota.com. Because when you make it Sun Toyota,
we make it happen.
Toyota.com. Call 1-800-639-3367 for more information.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
O'Reilly.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Are you ready to elevate your social game? This is John Senning here for Kava Social Club in downtown Bradenton, your go-to spot for fun and relaxation 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is not just any hangout. It's a community social club with incredible weekly events on Wednesday, karaoke night, where you can unleash that inner rock star. On Thursday, test your knowledge with trivia night, great questions, great prizes, and even better company. You need some relaxation? Well, treat yourself on any one of their many massage nights and let your stress just melt away. Showcase your talents at open mic night or strategize with fellow enthusiasts with the ever-popular Sunday Chess Club. The night market is a must-visit with local vendors, delicious food, and handcrafted goodies. They're sure to make it a night to remember. Dive into the amazing events going on at Cavo Social Club today and visit them online at thecavosocialclub.com and on social media at Cavo Social Club. Cavo Social Club, where your vibe attracts your tribe. Boola, baby!
Social media can be a significant source of stress for parents of teens. Meta's head of safety for North America, Jennifer Hanley, explains what the company is doing to enhance privacy features and parental controls.
Social media can help teens build friendships and support networks, but parents are understandably worried about possible risks. Specifically, parents want additional resources to protect teens from unwanted interactions or inappropriate material.
Meta is expanding teen accounts to Facebook and Messenger. Teen accounts already in place on Instagram have built-in protections for teens to limit who is contacting them and the content they see.
These are big updates that fundamentally change the experience for teens who use Instagram and their parents. New protections for teen accounts restrict users under 16 from going live without parental consent and limit teens' ability to see unwanted images and DMs.
For more information on Meta's teen accounts, visit meta.com. That's meta.com.
Over 700 new Hyundais, tariff-free at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%, buy with zero down, or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 24-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing.
The accident wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have to pay those bills. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay for your medical bills. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Great Scott! Back to the Future is now on stage, and it's a jaw-dropping spectacle rapes USA Today. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious entertainment. April 29th through May 4th at Straz Center. Get your tickets yesterday at StrazCenter.org.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
You might know nothing, but at least you'll know that thing. Brought to you by Just Call Mo, Tampa's injury attorney. That thing. It's time for That Thing right now on Senning Show.
1, 2, you know what to do.
Welcome back to Senning Show. I'm John Senning. He's Dizzy. 1-800-771-1025. Hit us up on X, Instagram, at the John Senning, at Dizzy for Mayor. Download, stream the Lazy Ass Podcast, hosted by my man Diz. Are you the host? Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
I was going to say, you kind of have to be at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if you weren't, you have to be. Sorry. Dude, you know what was pretty cool? I watched, I could not sleep all weekend, spoiler alert. And, dude, there's a festival that's now like the counterpart to Coachella called Stagecoach, which is kind of, it's kind of the country version of Coachella. Dude, and they did something really cool where the whole thing was streamed live on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So, like, when it was live there, it was like the middle of the night here. So it was going until like 2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Weren't you talking about this, like Nelly and
so
T-Pain?
So I watched Nelly. Friday night was Zach Bryan, which I stayed up till like 4 o'clock in the morning watching that. And then Saturday night was Sturgill Simpson and Jelly Roll. And dude, Jelly Roll brought up so many different people, dude. He brought up MGK. He brought up Big X the Plug. He brought up Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, wow.
He brought up, he had so many different people. And then after Jelly Roll, like the late headliner was Creed, which was pretty cool to see. I thought I had
Creed, is that, can you take me high?
Yes. And this is also Creed here, too, as well that I was just.
Oh, that's Creed, too, though.
Yeah.
I cried out, heaven save me.
Dude, I like Creed. I have always never been a Creed hater, but dude, we saw Creed at the amphitheater last summer and completely blew me away.
Really?
Like Scott Stapp for Creed is, I feel no shame in saying he's one of the best lead singers that we have modern day in rock music. The guy is he's just something else. Oh, I do have a clip. It's gonna curse immediately, but we might as well take the risk. I have a clip of Big X and Jelly.
Pimp, was a guy before he went to I knew a pushing P was the gun and even said it. Hey, she zero time to keep my weapon and never trust her or cause it's expected. No niggas.
It's pretty cool. It made me think more festivals need to find ways to just stream it live because they had 2 channels, one for each stage. You could just go back and just, especially at night, we just got it on in the background. It was, and I'd love to see it with festivals that are, not just country music, something a little different.
All the rappers he could pull out, Big X the Plug, obviously, because he does tons of country tracks with people. He's one of the best rappers right now.
He is.
He's like
really
our era type of rap, but now.
He's kind of, and this would feel disrespectful a little bit, and I know that I think they're from the same general area. He's our Mike Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, which maybe might be an undersell on him because I think he might already be more popular than Mike Jones was in
they're both from Texas, right?
Yeah. So I would say he's our Mike Jones, but he's probably surpassed him at that point.
Yeah, of course. As far as notoriety and everything, Mike Jones's biggest contribution to hip hop is everyone going, who?
Who? Mike Jones. Mike Jones. These fine people have been holding for a moment. Thank you for holding. Welcome to Sending Show.
Hey, Shawty, congrats on the show. You still talk to something for Monica?
You've been holding so long. Do you want to do what's going on?
Run it again.
Dude, that person held for like 35 minutes.
I think he had a bit. Like he said something.
He said
I heard something
about Monica.
Monica.
Yeah, I didn't.
But he said it like a question. Monica.
Yeah. Sending Show, you're live. Who's this?
Hey, John, I was just curious. What was the title of that movie that I was talking with you about before you went to break? It sounded very interesting.
We're talking about the horny, sexy one?
Yes.
That is called Baby Girl. It's on Max. It's Nicole Kidman.
Holy cow. And it sounds just like the perfect thing for the first date, Baby Girl. All
Yeah, I was going to say, you sound like you're like getting yourself riled up over there. You keep it in your pants for now. Wait till the Baby Girl.
No, dude, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Thank you. Man, this story out of Clearwater is just absolutely insane. I started seeing notifications last night around 10 o'clock of a mass casualty incident with a boat. And I've got the audio here from Fox 13. I think we're starting to get a little better idea of what exactly happened. Still a lot of questions out there, though.
Last night, what started as 6 people injured has now been updated to 12 passengers who were injured in, again, this hit-and-run boat crash that involved the Clearwater Ferry. So we know at least 40 people were on board the ferry at the time of the crash, and that happened between 8:30 to 8:40.
It is interesting to note, too, because I was talking to my dad, who, they don't live here, and I was telling him, like, the Clearwater Ferry. I think if you haven't seen pictures and you don't know what exactly that is,
Scotty.
This is not a...
He's not from Clearwater. He's from St. Pete. I got that wrong.
This is not the ferry that you might envision, like a giant ferry boat. This thing is essentially a bona fide pontoon boat. So you think that when I envision a ferry, it's a large like steamboat type thing. It is not like that.
8 p.m. last night. And if people are unfamiliar with this ferry, this is a ferry that takes passengers from Coachman Park across the water to Clearwater Beach. Where the crash actually happened, though, that was near the Memorial Causeway Bridge. That is a bridge that connects downtown Clearwater to the beach. Now, both the on-scene investigation and the search for the boat that hit the ferry, well, they both appear to be over this morning. Details on that in a second. Again, 12 people injured in this crash. 2 of the victims had to be flown to hospitals for treatment because of the severity of their injuries. Now, because of the number of victims with injuries ranging from minor up to severe, emergency officials did label this a mass casualty event. Right now, we're going to get to some new video, also new to the newsroom this morning. This is video of the damage.
So, and the thing that's very interesting is it does seem, and I was looking for a bit of an update, that they know. I've heard rumors. I've heard rumors about who it is that was on the boat that hit the ferry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard rumors that I don't think we're at the point where we can say them out loud yet. But I'll tell you, the fact that they seemingly know who it is and that person's name has not been released yet, I don't think it takes a genius to understand that this is probably somebody with a lot of money and a very, very good lawyer. Drew put up a post on the Drew Garabo Live Facebook page this morning that said, within hours of the of the Brick Hornet thing, everybody knew exactly who that guy was, and we're doxing him.
Yeah.
Here we are, 13, 14 hours removed from a terrible tragedy, and somehow this guy's likeness, for the most part, seems to be concealed. But it was initially the boat that hit the ferry left the scene, and it seems like they have located the boat. I think they know who did it, and I'm sure there's just some legalities currently taking place in regards to what they're going to do next as far as charging this guy who has at least one body on his hands.
Were you surprised when you heard who he thought it was?
No. Not really. I don't know. Why, did you hear this too?
No, I didn't. I'm curious to hear the break.
No. It's no. I'll just say local business owner is what I'm hearing. Someone who's fairly connected in the community. And again, I don't feel comfortable enough saying it out loud because I just don't know. But I think when you get to a certain, some people get to a certain place in life. I think things like this happen when you add in money and probably a good attorney too, with whoever's helping him cover it up, and the fact that his name is not plastered across every single news publication as we speak. So
you would think that, kind of like Drew said, like still, even with someone's trying to keep a cover on this, it's still going to get out at some point,
Yeah, authorities have located the boat that hit the ferry, but they did not release any information. As of this morning, law enforcement officers did not say who owns the boat or who may have been driving it. Let me check one other place real quick and see if somebody else is at this point. It's because this has also been national news. This was all over the New York Post this morning. This was on the Daily Mail. This Clearwater ferry incident is everywhere, and there's also now footage of it. If you have not seen it, pretty much all of the local news, a streaming webcam captured the moment the boat collided with the ferry carrying 45 people. I don't see anybody making any headway on naming the name of the person who was driving this boat.
It's amazing how we live in a world now where like just everything is available in video. Like you could find footage of this,
and this isn't even like somebody got it. This was just footage that already a webcam that happened to be out there running. So you're absolutely right. I think so many. I think we're being filmed constantly.
Yeah.
And when I watch a lot of like the true crime stuff and they hunt people down, you can really, really start to understand, like, you're being tracked always.
Yeah.
Like, whether it's, like, there's lights on streets, on businesses. Like, they'll tap into every camera everywhere. Like, if you were a criminal and you committed a crime down here and then you headed towards downtown St. Pete, they would probably have 15 cameras between here and downtown St. Pete that captured your every single movement, from business cameras to red light cameras to everything in between. And I think that probably comes with some benefits when you're trying to catch a bad guy.
Yes.
If you're a big fan of privacy and not being filmed everywhere you go, it's a little scary.
Back in the 70s, you just go to a different town, commit a crime, go back home, and no one's going to figure out who you are. And like you said, now everything's getting caught. Princess of Wales, when she got in the car accident, No footage of it.
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
Now we would have 6 angles of that.
And what's even crazier about that is there were people taking pictures and photos. Well, I don't know if they were taking
Paparazzis,
videos.
yeah,
but
they're chasing.
The paparazzi were chasing. Setting show. You're live on the air. Who's this?
Craig.
Hey, Craig. What's up, bud?
There was another boat accident yesterday morning.
I saw that.
It hit North Jetty at Clearwater.
Yeah, I did see that this morning. I have it. I have it for the joints, but I did find it interesting
just to kind of give you a little idea. I was there in the morning with another boat. The boat almost hit both of us.
Oh, the boat that ended up crashing over by the Sand Key Park Jetty, right?
Yeah, over actually the Opal on Clearwater Beach, the North Jetty.
Very interesting.
And so, one thing I've noticed, and I've been on the water a lot of years here, is because you have a lot of money, you don't need to be running 42-foot Freemans that run 80 miles an hour under no wake bridges.
Well, my whole thing is too. Thank you for the call. This is very much, and again, we don't know exactly what's going on with this Clearwater ferry deal. I'm just gonna assume maybe there was some alcohol involved. You get that much money, you've got that nice of a boat. Why don't you just pay somebody to take you around all day?
That's a good point.
Why don't you just pay a cap? It's your boat, and we were talking about this last week, talking about like what it's like to be the captain of a boat. I mean, you can't party as hard as you want to while running your own boat.
Yeah, you are right. Sexy Mark, when we go out and think he's very, buttoned up and everything like that, he can't really relax like that. But at the same time, I would imagine some people just like, not the control, but just like to be behind the wheel and do all that. They enjoy it. It's kind of like if you got a Ferrari, you're not going to pay someone to drive you around that Ferrari. You're going to want to drive your Ferrari.
Well, and that's why so many of these NFL players get DUIs and do all these terrible things, because there is something to that. I don't get it.
Yeah.
If I ever get to a place in life where I am financially stable and whatever the hell that means, like I would get a driver every chance that I could. I mean, look at Mike Calta. He's got the right idea. He's got the Sprinter with Tom the Tree Man. If he doesn't have to be driving, he doesn't. And I mean, that's great for so many different reasons. It's ultimate cover your ass first and foremost. And secondly, I don't have that thing in me that's like, I need to be driving. I need to be driving my own car. Maybe like car guys have that. But if my option is sit in the back and watch TV and have a cocktail or drive myself, I'm picking the kickback version every single time.
You bring up a great point, because I didn't think of it from that Mike Calta side of you're just in a Sprinter, enjoying it, kicking back in like a party van type atmosphere. You do bring up a great point with that.
I mean, that's the way to do it.
A good way to go. Because if there was a choice of me driving myself in a luxury car and like people be like, oh, look at him behind the wheel, or me being in the back, presidential tent, just having fun, doing whatever. Yeah, I would choose the tent.
And you can still have your car, and you can go and drive fast and do all the things you want to do. But it's the very wise SBK taught me once, and it stuck with me. Unlike a lot of things do, only break one law at a time. And if you're going to be out there driving fast and acting like an idiot, don't be wasted while you're doing it.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you, Diz. Your chance at $1,000. Coming up in 5 minutes. I will say I do also have tickets to Rockville. I believe they are weekend passes. I'll be giving those away at some point before the end of the program today as well. Let me make sure that I have that correct. Yes, I've got 2 pairs of weekend GA passes to Welcome to Rockville. That happens May 15th through the 18th. They're good for each day, all day. And we will give away a pair of those before we get out of here. And again, $1,000 coming your way in just 5 minutes.
And we are on the Facebook Live.
I was just going to ask you that.
We are on Facebook Live. Shout out to Mumsy's Caribbean Grill. They got us on in the shop.
Oh,
apparently.
wow. Shout out to...
They know that you love some Big Mama's food, some bust-up shot. They must be playing.
Is this the place that you went...
I didn't get to go them. Apparently, they're in Port Charlotte. I was just there like a month ago. If I would have known, I would have definitely stopped by.
Oh, Port Charlotte. Oh, yeah. I find my way down that. I find my way down that way often. Well, that's pretty damn cool. So crank us up. Everybody enjoying your lunch today? What's the name of the place again?
Mumsy's Caribbean Grill.
Welcome, everybody, to Mumsy's.
No, you guys say Wagwan.
Wagwan. Welcome to Mumsy's. I hope everybody enjoy am I doing now? I feel like I'm
Keep
losing
going.
it. I feel like everybody enjoy the lunch here today. I see you over there enjoying that bus-up shop. Take a bite from me, big boy.
Yes, how's the saltfish? Aki and saltfish good?
Mumsy's. Would you customize if you send us a video of us playing live in your establishment, we will address your patrons directly.
Yeah.
If we can prove that's
if it's Cajun, we're going Cajun.
Yeah.
With it,
whatever we need to do for you for having us on in your business. Welcome to Setting Show. Who's this?
Sherman from Sarasota. Thanks for taking my call.
What up, Sherman?
Hey, this accident last night in Clearwater really highlights some frustration that anybody with a decent-sized captain's license, I've been licensed for 50 years, and just to give you some contrast, the person driving that ferry boat to get his license to have anything more than 6 people and less than 49 people had to go to school, had to pass all exams, had to have 720 verifiable sea days on the water before he could even sit for his exams. He's subjected to random drug testing, which happens all the time.
We're talking about the ferry driver, right?
Yes, the ferry driver.
Who I don't believe did anything wrong, right? We're on the same page there?
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Didn't do anything wrong. And yet, some Yahoo could buy himself a 145-foot yacht that goes 50 knots and just have the money and a valid license and could be tooling around right there with anybody at any time with as many people as he wants on board, not anything to do with safety, no understanding of how to run a boat. And it's very frustrating to us people because every captain that has been out there on the water has had some recreational Yahoo almost kill him and his passengers because there's just no licensing requirement.
There's something to, just the ease in which people can get big-ass boats and be a danger to everyone else. I think you brought up a great point, Sherm. I really appreciate it.
Yep, thanks. Have a great day.
It's dangerous out there in those waters. Dude, by the way, speaking of captains, you know who's back in the news today? You know who caught some extra charges?
All right, bro. Cuss me out. Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Please, bro. Please, okay, please, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Bro, I'm a kid, bro. Please. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, bro. You're gonna cuss me all right, bro. No, bro. Please, bro. Please, bro. Okay. Please. I'm sorry, bro. That was not me, bro. I know I'm a kid, but my buddy was on the boat. I'm a kid, bro.
Please. So the FWC dropped a new set of charges on the Brick Hornet. I don't know if he thought he was in the clear, but it turns out that he's not in the clear at all because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new sets of charges. And dude, I have to say, if you see Gage Towels, that was the kid who was accosted by Brock. I forgot his real name.
Brick Hornet.
Brick Hornet. We're calling him Brick Hornet.
Brock Horner.
Brock Horner. The kid that was accosted. There's always somebody in the comments when he posts on Facebook with an off-mellow comment. Mellow mob. So I don't mean this in a bad way because it happens to everybody who's a part of something viral. I think that the viral craze is starting to die down. So I think we're going to have our window open up here real soon to when we can get off-mellow in studio.
Live studio performance?
Yes. I'm going to tell you these new charges as soon as I give you $1,000. This hour's keyword is fortune. Head to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter fortune before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and the $1,000 bone bonus could be yours. That is FORTUNE. Go get that money. So the guy, he has now been hit. The FWC has stepped into the conversation, and he's been charged with harassment of hunters and fishers. That's a misdemeanor. Registering a recreational vessel used commercially. That's a misdemeanor. Careless operation of a vessel. This one's kind of crazy. No saltwater charter fishing license. So this guy claims to be the best charter in all the land. And from the way I'm reading this, he did not have a license to be a charter.
He's just freshwater, not saltwater.
Or not. Maybe that's what it is. Or also improper display of vessel registration. So the Brick Hornet, not done being charged with things yet, and what couldn't happen to a nicer guy. So
yeah, exactly. Our heart goes out to
our heart goes out to the Brick Hornet, wherever you might be, buddy. Do not go anywhere. We come back. I do want to touch on the movie that I watched.
Oh yeah,
only because there's an angle tied into it when it comes to dangerous jobs and risking your life every day, dude. But I also have this this thing I saw online last night that is too good to not bring up. It has to do with something that I love very, very much. I'm trying to get you to love. And it may, according to this woman, it's ruining her marriage. And I'll share the story with you. And if you've got a similar one, you might be going to Rockville. A little more Creed for you. More Setting Show on the way.
Tears of joy stream down my face where lungs wide open under the sunlight.
History had the gold rush. Then came the oil boom. Then the tech boom. But right now, it's the Wi-Fi boom. And the Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Streaming, guess what? It's booming. Gaming, booming. Video calls, yeah, they're going to be booming. Even when your boss calls and schedules a meeting that definitely could have been an email, it's going to be booming. And now you can get Xfinity Internet and mobile together all in one. It's the ultimate power couple. Wi-Fi Power Boost from Xfinity Mobile gives you faster, secure Wi-Fi at home and on the go. So your Wi-Fi is going to be booming wherever you are. And now through June 23rd, new customers can get 400 megabit Xfinity Internet with free equipment and unlimited internet data, and get one unlimited 5G mobile line included, all in one plan for just $40 a month. So whether you're working, watching, or just panning for that Wi-Fi gold, baby, one thing is true. Xfinity Wi-Fi is booming. Check out Xfinity.com to learn more.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. Barbecue Love Fest is back.
Woo! I smell barbecue.
It's the celebration of all things barbecue, good times, and cooking for a cure. Barbecue Love Fest, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa. Get samples of the best barbecue from over 20 cooking teams, over 7 renowned pitmasters from across the country, and live music. Eat barbecue, vote on the best cook team, and watch live music outside at the nicest time of the year. What's better than that? Join the Bone Saturday, May 3rd. And it's the day of the Derby. There'll be coverage of the Kentucky Derby all day. Hey, you can even wear a big dumb hat. Proceeds benefit Friedrich's Ataxia Research Alliance. Get your tickets early right now at theboneonline.com. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Rollovers, head-on collisions, hit and runs, you name it. We've litigated it.
And while insurance companies joke about the mayhem that occurs on roadways, we've seen the real effects. Lost lives, catastrophic injury, cars crushed like soda cans. And trust us, there's nothing funny about it.
If you've been in a crash, count on our experienced attorneys to seek full justice and all the money your case is worth.
For a fairer fight, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Tampa.
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family. And no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online, shopidc.com.
For pure safety and total clean, call Zerorez. Right now, get 3 for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms of carpet clean, but only pay for 2 when you mention me, Mike Calta. Secure this deal today. Book online at ZerorezTampaBay.com.
Bolts Nation, get ready to be the Thunder for the 2025 playoffs. Presented by Advent Health. Tickets for Game 5 against the Florida Panthers on Wednesday night are on sale now. To secure your tickets and everything Lightning playoffs, visit TampaBayLightning.com/2025 playoffs.
When it really matters, choose Farrah and Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Set the date. Barbecue Love Fest is Saturday, May 3rd at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Your ticket for this all-day celebration of barbecue includes barbecue samples from 20-plus cook teams, 7-plus renowned pitmasters from across the nation, and live music. The Bone and the Mike Calta Show have your tickets. Listen to win or buy your tickets now at bbqlovefest.com. If you're the victim of a car crash, take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
This April is your last chance to max your tax refund at Sun Toyota. Bring us your rebate and we'll double it up to $3,000. Then get 0% financing on select new Toyota trucks. Backed by a nationwide lifetime warranty with 4-year maintenance on new models. Hurry in today or shop online at suntoyota.com. Because when you make it Sun Toyota,
we make it happen.
Toyota.com. Call 1-800-639-3367 for more information.
Hi, I'm Patrick Thomas.
And I'm Heather Thomas from Bolt Electric, where we believe that the right way is the only way to do home electrical.
We believe the National Electrical Code is really the minimum standard, not the maximum standard.
We believe you deserve better electrical parts and better service.
We believe in ongoing training for our electricians.
Because there's no end to learning and improving.
Because at Bolt, we believe your safety is our core priority. Electrical problem? Call Bolt.
Online at boltelectric.com.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Over 700 new Hyundais. Tariff-free at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%. Buy with 0 down or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Tucson SE for only $259 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 36-month lease, 10K miles a year, $39.99 due at signing.
John Senning here. I'm obviously not an attorney, but Mo DeWitt is. And you probably already know that if you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo and his firm fights for the injured people in Tampa Bay to get them what they deserve. Fighting the insurance companies can seem overwhelming, but that's what Mo does every day, and he's ready to do it for you. No matter what life throws at you, stand up and fight to get what you deserve, and it all starts with one call to Tampa's injury attorney at 866-CALL-MO. Give him a call day or night at 866-CALL-MO. That's 866-CALL-MOE.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I named my boat Sure Don't. Get it? The other day when my friend said, "Hey Larry, you want to head back in? It looks like it might rain." I said, "Sure don't." I guess they didn't get it because they didn't laugh.
Whatever you call your boat, protected by insuring it with Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. and 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
Got me wide open, got a 45 on him, and he pushing about 100 into. Always smoking something, he ain't worried about nothing, cause he ain't got nothing to lose. I got a thing for the harlot on ice.
Welcome back to Senning Show, getting you through a Monday. It feels like a Monday. 1-800-771-1025. So real quick, because I've been teasing it, the movie we watched last night, which I'm giving no spoilers on this movie because we went into it not knowing anything about it, based on a true story.
Oh, really?
So I went into it not knowing anything, and I want everybody to not know anything if you go on and watch it. So it's called Last Breath, and it's with Woody Harrelson, based on a true story, and it got me thinking about the scariest, most deadly, insane jobs that people have, because we're watching this, and Danielle just said, how do you figure out that this is what you're going to do with your life? Because these guys in this movie, based on a true story, what they do is they go and they work on underwater oil rigs. So in certain, I think they're off the coast of Scotland in this movie, but some of the times it's 1,000 feet underwater. It's 1,000 feet underwater. And they have to take, first of all, there's a giant boat that has to go out in these wild rock. I was reading all about it after we watched the movie. So the boat goes out into the rockiest, roughest waters at times you've ever seen. It has like this crazy, you can't even really drop an anchor because the pipes are down there.
Okay.
So they have these like GPS, navigation systems that just kind of keep the boat locked in place. Then a submarine comes out from the bottom of the boat that goes down almost all the way. Then another pod type thing, I think they called it the Bell, comes out from underneath the submarine. And then the submarine goes down almost the whole way. And then these guys actually dive out of the bottom of that to go down to these oil lines underwater. And, stuff happens. They have to be repaired. They have to be refurbished. So the way that they reference it in the movie is it's like going into space underwater. And it is very much like, because, you can't see anything. Like it's pitch black. And they send these submarines down there. And I didn't know you could do this, but the bottom just opens up. Once they get down low enough, the bottom just opens up. They have to put on obviously special gear and a special helmet, and then they just go right to the bottom of the seafloor and then work on these pipes and all these different. You have to have electricity that they run all the way down there, and I imagine that they're paid very, very well. But professions like that, where you really are undeniably putting your life on the line every time you go to work. And I mean, I don't know how true the family element was of it, but like the one guy, his wife hates the fact that he goes off and does that. And that's the other side of it, is not only are you doing that, but you say goodbye to your family, and it's like, yeah, I'll probably come back. I might come back, but there's a chance I might not come back either.
I'm going to look it up. Oil rig deep sea diver.
Yeah, I guess that would be the closest thing to it. And I mean,
they don't make much.
Yeah. Really?
Offshore diving salary, would that be the same?
I would think that would be it.
Because they say they get about $53,000 their annual salary.
No.
And that's the top earners.
Oh, that's insane.
The average is 44.
No way.
Yeah, look it up.
Oil rig
deep sea diver salary. I put in and it just popped up.
That is insane. Commercial offshore diving, a group of trained certified divers.
This might be it. How much do oil rig divers get paid? Divers working regularly on offshore wind projects can earn, this is in euros, up to $100,000 a year.
Yeah,
and that's in euros. So
that's what they call them, and this is just triggering in my memory. They call them saturation divers.
Okay.
Saturation divers in the United States can earn a wide range of salaries, with the average hourly pay around $23 an hour.
Okay, so that's
$23 an hour to go die. but some earn as high as $44 an hour. The average annual salary is about $123. That is true. Let's say you're making $23 an hour, but you're making $23 an hour when you're on the boat, when you're sleeping.
Good point. You're always on the clock.
Yeah. There's something to it because they have to, and I imagine the way that this movie was made and how much they focus on the fact that it's based on a true story, a lot of it's real. They have to get in the submarine immediately on the boat because they have to start dropping the pressure levels in the submarine. So you got to do all these crazy things to ensure that you're going to be able to get out into the water when you have to get into the water. But you got to watch it. One of the best movies we've watched in a while, and I can't believe what happens in this movie.
So I watched the one with Marky Mark when he's on the oil rig.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It was fine.
The movie you're talking about, I thought was something I heard about. I looked it up. It's called Underwater, where they're like basically on a deep sea drilling thing and something goes wrong. That's a little different. That wasn't rated as good. This is rated pretty good.
Well, and I don't know if it says
I
how
remember
long
the trailer because the guy's like, I'm coming back for you, right? That's in the trailer, and he's like, "I'm coming back for." It's a guy. He's Canadian, actually, the Asian dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm coming back for you."
Yeah,
terrifying.
Yeah.
Just
dude.
the idea of. You
again,
have to believe that.
I'm not going to say what happens because we went into it not knowing anything, and I think it's the only way to watch the movie.
Okay,
it's the only way to watch the movie is if you don't do much research about it and don't know what's going to happen or how it's going to happen because. It takes a lot in a movie to blow my mind, and this will blow your mind this way. And it's also a short movie. I love a short movie. Movies do not need to be 3 hours long. You give me a movie that's like an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes. That's about as sweet of a sweet spot. And I think
a movie like this, especially because, like you're saying, it's like, what are they doing? What goes wrong? How does it end? You don't need to be like, all right, well, what's going on back on, land and the families and who cares?
Yep. Yeah, it's really good. Highly recommend it. And props to anybody who goes out to work every day. It made me think about like what are the most dangerous jobs. So I was flipping through the list and like none of these. I mean, these are like everyday dangerous jobs: electrical power line installers and repairs, truck drivers, miners, working down in a mine.
Underrated,
dude. That looks terrifying. There's a little video that's going viral out there of a mine worker, and the dude is pretty much like in the fetal position in a space that has got to be 4 feet tall, crunched up, and he's just like chipping away, making a path. That is terrifying. You know what's on the list? Number 6, a job that I've said many, many times that I have always thought I could do and that I would like to do. Trash collector.
That's dangerous.
Garbage and recycling
collectors.
You got
2 kids right now who are doing it.
Play a vital role in maintaining public health and sanitation, yet their jobs come with significant risks. Maneuvering heavy trucks. Workers are susceptible to accidents and collisions. See, my whole thing is I think I want to get into it for the wrong reasons because all I want to do is be the guy that rides on the back of the truck. And not every play now, pussification of America 2025, you've got the big arms that come off the truck and just pick up the cans themselves. I want to be the guy that hops out of the truck, boots on the ground, and gets to hop off the truck and throw the can in there whenever it's time.
I think you think that's a great and dope until the one time you do it and trash water falls on you. Like, well, that's the end of this.
It would, and I just wonder if you feel like everything smells always.
No, I think you go nose blind after a while.
But even like, because you probably go home and your loved ones are like, you smell like trash.
Yes, and I don't think
and you're like,
notice.
no, I'm good.
Yeah.
I swear I don't.
It's the same way you come home from working at KFC. People are like, you smell like chicken. You're like, no, I don't.
Dude, when I spent time working in the kitchen at Ruby's, dude, it was always it was the ribs. And I think it was because we used liquid smoke in the ribs when we made them. Like, I felt like I couldn't get the smell of ribs off my body. Like, I think it at one point had seeped into my soul and into my pores so deeply that everywhere I went during that period of time in my life, I just smelled like ribs.
Do you think the reason why we aren't finding anything is because we're thinking just American jobs?
Maybe.
And then there's stuff like in the other countries where it's like, it's a lot crazier over there.
Maybe. I mean, structural iron and steel workers, obviously, if you're climbing high-ass buildings and working on steel, dangerous. Roofers, that's pretty I mean,
What do you think you're more likely to do? Something up there or something like you just watched where it's down in water and stuff like that?
I mean, me personally, I would probably. I mean, I did roof for 2 summers.
Oh, you did?
When I was just out of high school, and it was kind of scary. Like we were on some high roofs, and it was freaky at first. Like every day when we first got up there, I'd have this moment where I'm like, oh damn, oh no, this is not good. And we were not. I don't know if it was OSHA approved. I don't know if we were breaking the rules, but we were never tied off. Like we were just up there.
Really?
Yeah,
So if you fell, it was around.
You were just done.
Yeah.
And we would, I was in part of the crew that would take the shingles off. So we had like this pitchfork looking thing, and you'd just be up there getting underneath all the levels, just scraping and prying. And that was not for the faint of heart, dude. Like cooking on the roof in the middle of summer is something else.
Yeah, it's the heat.
Aircraft pilots and flight engineers. I mean, that's getting more and more dangerous every day. The one that you hear a lot of is the deep sea fishermen.
Oh, yeah, choppy waters.
Yeah,
and stuff.
like you look at those guys that are deadliest catch out there off the Alaskan Peninsula and all of that, and you've got 50-foot seas, and it's crashing over on top of you as you're trying to bring up the cages and stuff. That is, I mean, at that point, you're doing it for the adrenaline. Like there's got to be something else you could make similar money. Well, who knows? If you've done it your whole life, because those people just get swept away. Like it's just like one big wave comes and they're like, oh, we lost Johnny today.
Which is crazy to me that, again, like Daniel goes back to, like, when do you wake up and go, well, I want to live on that choppy life water, and any day I could just be gone and part of the water, the ocean.
Well, and even that, like the fishermen, I guess I get, because fishing is in people's blood. You know what I mean? It's generational, and people who have that desire to be out on the water, like I get that almost. But when you talk about something like being a saturation diver, like where in your life you're like, I want to do my work underwater, and I want to, you know what I mean? Like I almost wonder if it's people that get into diving, that get into deep sea diving, and then they're like, I love this so much that I want my career to be down here. Because I find it hard to believe that there are people, when they're 10 years old, like, I want to work. Yeah, I want to work underwater. And
I want to weld.
Well, that's goddamn. I was thinking of that word the whole time, and I couldn't. It was not coming to me. That's a lot of what I think they're doing. Is like welding underwater.
So speaking of these jobs, I got a guy I went to school with. Shout out to Doug, who he's like, I could have sitting in a truck tomorrow if you want. Just to see what it's like and try it out. So if you're ever interested,
I don't want to be in the truck. I want to be on the truck.
Well, no, he said you could throw whatever you want. One day, if you ever want, take the day off, and we'll.
You know what I heard?
You can go do this job for him.
You know what I heard about it? Not that it's a reason for me to not do it, but it was one of the things that, and maybe he can tell you whether this is true, that you've got to get shots all the time. Like there's all sorts of shots because it's a city job, and they want you to be up to date on all these constant shots because of all of the rare things that you could possibly get from people's trash. So I can handle a shot, but if I got to go in like every 3 months and get injected in my neck and my stomach and my booty, like
it's not happening.
Maybe my dreams not there.
I mean, as soon as you said I want to throw bags of trash into a trash bin, I was like, I'm out. Yeah. I'm not doing that,
dude. It sounds fun, man. Don't.
It would sound fun.
Don't knock my dreams.
You get the light ones you could like jump shot in and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. Sending show, you're on the air.
Hey, guys, it's PBE. What's going on?
Hey, PBE. Not too much, man. What's up with you today?
Hey, loving the show, guys. First thing I want to say is, Dizzy, I think you are the funniest person on the bone. You crack me up
look
every
at that,
day.
man. That's high praise.
Thank you.
Literally, and that's not a joke at all. You crack me up more than anybody else, man. You're hilarious.
You love to hear it.
Two things. First, on the food thing, I worked at Subway as a kid before we had to wear the plastic gloves. Man, I'd go home and my hands would smell like pepper and onions for days. I could wash them 3,000 times, and the smell would not go away. But I heard you guys talking about dangerous jobs. I had a buddy of mine who used to build, erect tall buildings. He traveled the country building big steel structures for like skyscrapers and stuff. And he would use his clamp and his safety harness, and he would be 40, 50 stories up, and he would clamp his harness to the thing to eat lunch and would just hang from his harness and eat his lunch.
Dude, that's insane. You see those guys.
That's a man, right?
And I don't know if they're still out there doing it, but just on a beam. Like literally, like their day is they're welding like on one singular thin ass beam.
Yeah.
And that's like where you're, however many hundreds of stories up, and that's your day. You're just up there.
Don't they have that famous photo of all those guys on the beam?
Yeah, eating their lunch.
Yeah. Hell no.
That's something else, dude. That's something else, man.
I couldn't do it.
Dude, PBE, appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you, brother.
All right, have a good one, guys.
Later.
Yeah, my legs would, as crazy it sounds, I'd rather go in the water ones than up top.
Yeah, but you're not a big heights guy, though,
I'm
right?
not. I just can't do heights.
But I don't think. See, the thing is, though, you've experienced heights. You know what that's like.
Good point.
You know what it's like at the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean when it's pitch black and you can't see anything and you don't even barely know where the hell you
Sharks are down there and stuff.
I wonder, depending on how deep it is, I don't even know how much stuff lives down there.
That's true. It's so dark that nothing's really growing. There's no food down there. Why would they be down there?
Yeah, but still, I think, I would pick
just
the heights.
blobfish and that little bulbfish.
We need to get you down there to find out your legit pick. I don't know if anybody can get Diz to the bottom of the sea, but if you can. Sending Show, what's up?
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, this is Frank from Port Charlotte.
Frankie.
I just wanted to back you up on Creed. Man, I've been to many, many concerts in my lifetime. Sonically, Creed was the best sounding concert ever.
It's insane. I mean, and it's so interesting to me because Scott Stapp has spent the last generation plus being crapped on. And maybe he was a douchebag and maybe he didn't do all the things right when he got to the peak of fame. But I believe that guy is probably in the upper echelon of frontmen right now performing in rock music. I mean, he works the stage. His voice is as flawless as it ever was, and they're amazing. And I think that it kind of became much like Nickelback, cool to hate on them, but they're kind of finally getting their flowers, and they're selling out and obviously playing festivals like Stagecoach, and it's cool to kind of see them, maybe get a little respect that they didn't get for the last 20 years.
That's right, man. All right, great show.
Home and now. That's Creed.
I was like, do you want me to finish? Because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Dude, Creed never came across your orbit, huh?
The Arms Wide Open, I heard. The Can You Take Me Higher? Those are the only two off the top of my head I can think of.
Under all the sunlight.
That's pretty good.
We should do a Creed. We could do a Scott Stapp impersonation contest. I think that's right up our alley. We'll do it only on the talkback. What's it called? Open mic.
Oh,
send your Actually, yes, let's do that.
Yes.
we have the Bone app where you have the open mic feature. I will be accepting Scott Stapp impersonations on the open mic feature. We've got tickets to hold on, let me see what I'm willing to part ways with here. We do have tickets. Hold on, let me find out what we're going to give away. You know what? We'll give away a pair of Rockville tickets.
Yeah.
We'll give away a pair of Rockville tickets. Do not call. It cannot, and not on the phone lines. I want to try and see how much we can ramp up the open mic feature. So go to the Bone app, the open mic feature, and record yourself singing Creed as Scott Stapp, and we'll pick somebody before the end of the show today as a winner who's going to go to Rockville. We got weekend passes. That's May 15th through the 18th. I teased this, and I want to set it up before we come back because this is just too good. Too good to not share. It's going viral everywhere in the wrestling universe, but I think it's so damn funny it probably extends past that. It was posted on the relationship advice on Reddit. My husband was into pro wrestling as a kid and fell out of it, but over the last few years, he's started to ease back into it. I've never been a pro wrestling fan. I thought it was something that people watched as kids and grew out of it, but he has become obsessed, and it's escalating to a point where I no longer feel comfortable. It started harmlessly enough. He watched the pay-per-view events like WrestleMania. Then he started watching recaps of the weekly shows. Now he's glued to the couch every night there's a live pro wrestling event. He watches multiple wrestling shows, not just WWE. He's started spending all of our money, I mean a lot of money, on merchandise, T-shirts, hats, action figures, and even the replica belts. I was okay with it, as it's nice to see his passion reignited for something. But now, pro wrestling is the only thing he cares about. He yells at the TV like he's part of the crowd, cheering, booing, and chanting. When he's watching and when he's not watching, he's constantly shouting out catchphrases. He says things like, yeet, acknowledge me, and you can't see me. He gets irritated if I do not play along with him, like if I don't raise my hand when he says, acknowledge me. This past weekend was the worst of it. Those of you who know, it was WrestleMania. He asked me only to refer to him all weekend as the final boss. I laughed it off and thought he was joking, but he wasn't. We actually got into an argument about it Saturday evening because it said I wasn't supporting him in what he needs. I look bored and disinterested. By the way, sir, you've got to get over this. As somebody who has a wife who is allowed me to be a wrestling fan, you have to accept the fact she's never going to be as into it as you want her to be. So just be glad. But I don't know. It sounds like this guy's ruining his marriage. I look that way because I am. He's got to be watching 15 hours of wrestling a week. I don't want to say too much. This is really the punchline here. I don't want to say too much regarding our intimacy, but he's asked for a lot of role play lately. And it makes me very concerned. The things he's asked me to do and say make me very uncomfortable. He's wanting to do almost only wrestling-related things in the bedroom. Things have taken a toll on me mentally. It's nonstop. He sends me memes of Roman Reigns. He talks like them. He acts like them and demands that I participate in his little performances. Sunday night, the wrestler he wanted to win didn't win, and it's still affecting him today. His mood is sour, and he's been depressed. I hate to admit it, but it's been nice. He hasn't been as loud and noisy. I need help. I don't think I can deal with it anymore. He sings the wrestler's songs. He does their sayings. He's gotten the T-shirts. I feel like wrestling is ruining my marriage. I don't think I can take another day of it.
Both sides have good people. Because I see both sides of it. One side where it's like, your man just has a passion for something. Let him be passionate. Like when she's complaining, he's yelling stuff from the other room. Yeah, same thing happens with sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I would love to hear from ladies specifically who I know that it's going to be tough to say that wrestling's ruining your marriage. That I would love to hear. But I think other things, other fandom, whether it be a vroom vroom, football, baseball, there are many different things, and probably even things. Golf is another one. You know, that one's tough because a lot of the biggest golf fans play golf, so it's different when they're going out and playing it. But if you've got a sport or an event or sports entertainment that you feel is ruining your relationship, we'll double stack our giveaway and also give away a pair of Rockville tickets for that call as well. We need to step aside at the moment, and we'll be back to make way for John's Joints coming up at 3 o'clock with Drew Garabo.
And now you're looking for your getaway.
T-Za Energy. It is the product that keeps me fueled every single day. I love throwing in my first pouch. I love the spicy flavors. Bangin' black cherry, mango habanero, cinnamon is another one I don't talk about enough. If you're trying to beat a habit, are you out there dipping, vaping, smoking? I used to bring this up a lot, and I haven't said it in a while. Ladies, if you've got a man in your life who always has chaw in his jaw and you miss the days when you used to be able to tongue kiss your man at every second, get him some T-Za. See if you can get him off that stuff. I met a lady, I think it was 2 years ago, down to Bowl, and she came up to me and she said, I have to thank you so much. I can finally kiss my husband again. I haven't been able to tongue out my man in years because he's always dipping. So that's another great side effect. It is well stocked in 7-Elevens. Make sure you check out the store locator at tzaenergy.com because they're in Walmarts and other stores all around Tampa and the state of Florida as well. Use the code BONE20 for 20% off everything in the online store. I love this product. I believe in this product. I love the people who created it and are behind it. Check them out today at tzaenergy.com. T-Za, why spit when you can swallow?
Sunset, how it caught me by surprise when you opened up fire, oh my, and you left me bleeding with my mind gone, and it didn't look back, assassin with the lights on.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. It's Lightning Hockey on 102.5 The Bone. The Bolts are back in the playoffs. Tonight, your Tampa Bay Lightning hit the road to take on the Florida Panthers. The game starts at 7 p.m. It's the battle for Florida. You can listen to every single playoff game right here on the official station of the Tampa Bay Lightning. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw hockey.
Accidents don't just happen between the hours of 9 to 5. That's why we make ourselves available to talk with you 24/7. For a Farah fight, day or night, you know who to call. Farah and Farah, Tampa,
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Great Scott! Back to the Future is now on stage, and it's a jaw-dropping spectacle rapes USA today. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious entertainment. April 29th through May 4th at Straz Center. Get your tickets yesterday at strazcenter.org.
Looking for expert construction services in Tampa Bay? Waterman Construction Group is your go-to for commercial and residential projects. From demolition to new HVAC, patios, pavers, and driveways, they've got you covered. Whether it's a new build, remodel, or storm repair, Waterman Construction handles your project from start to finish with personalized service, honest pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. Visit watermanconstructiongroup.com or call 813-715-7383. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Tell Mike Caldesea.
Over 700 new Hyundais, tariff-free at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%, buy with zero down, or make no payments for a year on
Over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais.
Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 24-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing.
I'm Doug Bernetti. Growing up, I learned how hard it can be to make ends meet. At Bernetti PA, we help people every day with debt collection calls, credit card debt, home foreclosures, and bankruptcy cases. If you have questions, call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Tampa, Lakeland, Pinellas.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them. To see someone that is in pain, I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast Card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family. And no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than Mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for Mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get Mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online, shopidc.com.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Ruck, run, or walk it at the 3rd Annual Sergeant Anthony Patrick Malstat's Defender Ruck on June 7th. Choose the 5K, 2.2-mile Ruck Walk, or go virtual. Every step supports military mental health and suicide prevention, plus music, food, raffles, and more. Sign up now at defenderruck.com and use the code THEBONE for $10 off.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
The greatest car wash in the whole wide world. Long tunnels, spacious vacuums, amazing staff. You know, nothing makes you feel better than having a clean car. Sometimes you may think you want to get rid of your car and you just need to clean it. It's like a new haircut, but for your car. Head to your local Bubble Down, and they've got locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley Chapel, and their newest spot in Palm Harbor. Get that unlimited plan so you can ensure your car stays clean all the time. We got a lot of things that are keeping it dirty here in the state of Florida, but you can keep it clean with an unlimited membership plan. You will have the cleanest car in town every time you bull down. All right, I'm a little bit blown away by the response to the Scott Stapp impersonation contest that we fired up here. This may take 2 days to give everybody the rightful chance. This just came up completely randomly, so not that you need to know this, but when you send in the open mic, it's a little tricky the way that we have to do it, because we have to download it and we have to like hit a pop-up blocker, and then I have to put the names on them so I know who's who. So I have the first run of entries. Now the problem is I've not heard any of these, so I will say this. Not that I need to. If you curse, you're disqualified. Just so you know, I should have said that in the first place. But I've pulled some, and I have them labeled, and we will go through the first. I also, while this is going on, we can double dip a little bit. If your man's fandom of any sport or anything is causing strain on your marriage and your relationship, that could get you tickets to Rockville as well. But here is our first offering for the Scott Stapp impersonation contest. This is Cody.
I should have been dead on a Sunday morning, hanging my head. Ain't got no time, and I said, oh, so here's my head.
Dude, that's
set
pretty
the
good.
bar pretty high.
He did. That's pretty damn good, I will say, and that's a great song too. Cody, not only because you're the first one, but because you're the best one. Cody is the front runner. This next offering comes from Nook Nguyen. That's really the name. NG. Is that how you'd say it?
I don't know. I'm not Asian. How do you spell it?
Nook. Nook. Nguyen. Nguyen.
Okay.
What do you think? Did you think I just said like a hate speech or something? You think they set me
I
up?
hope not.
That's like the Asian N-word or something. What's up, my yin? Yeah. All right, here we go.
This is Nook from the band Golden Era, submitting for the Scott Stapp contest. With arms wide open into the sunlight, welcome to this place. With arms wide open.
All right, I'm still feeling like Cody's got the right.
He was a better singer, but Cody met the requirements.
He
of
did.
what to
That's
sound
the
like.
thing. He sounded good. Like it's
he had
fine,
great singing voice.
But it's just it didn't have enough. It wasn't Stappy enough for me. It didn't have enough Scott Stapp energy.
I do like his intro. Like he went to a casting call and he was.
He's like, I'm now trying out. You
Yeah.
have heard me around town. Sorry, Nook. I don't think you're the winner.
Good try, Mike. Never mind. I don't want to try that. My shreds. Never mind.
Gary with an offering. Let's see what you're up to, Gary.
The court is in session. The verdict is in.
Dude, you didn't even try, Gary.
No appeal on the docket tonight. Just my own sin.
I'm not looking for someone who can sing a Creed song. I'm looking for somebody who can channel the great Scott Stapp. Now, this guy, his name is Dustin. Last name Sapp. So either that's just a funny joke that he made, or this man is a real sap. And let's see how he holds up.
Should have been dead on a Sunday morning, banging my head. No time for mourning.
Sounds like
ain't got no time.
That's pretty good.
I love cookies.
I got to check back in with Cody because I just feel like he really set the bar high, and it's the first one that came in too. Let me check.
I should have been dead on a Sunday morning, hanging my head.
Dude, that's good.
My head. Ain't got no time, and I said,
yeah,
it's almost like Cody's been waiting his whole life for this moment.
This moment is your moment, Cody. Hunter with an offering as well.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and
Dude, he kind of lost it.
Yeah, he sounded good at start.
His initial, hold me now.
Yeah.
Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
No. He had it strong.
He did. You just kind of petered out. Now, this is very exciting. This is our first lady offering, if this is true. This is from Heidi. Let's see.
John takes me higher. Dizzy, dizzy, dizzy.
I mean, I'm very excited that a lady was willing to play along at all with this. I just don't. I don't know if that's gonna.
Did she say John takes me higher than?
And then she said Dizzy takes me. Dizzy.
Dizzy.
Yeah.
Dizzy. Okay.
Dizzy. All right. This is from Dan. I've now busted through all the ones I had saved, so it takes me a second to get it going. Here we go. This is Dan.
With arms wide open, under the thing that's there, I'll take you in my place. I'll take you anywhere. With arms wide open.
Oh, that's a good.
Dude, is he the front runner? Did he take Cody's?
We gotta play Cody's again.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah,
because Cody and him.
Dude, we need to get these two together. Hold on.
We should just make a band.
I should have been dead on a Sunday morning, hanging my head.
Dude, I don't know. Cody's still better, dude.
Got no time, and I said, oh.
Dude, he's just got stappier energy, dude.
Yeah.
He's absolutely got stappier energy.
Dan, was it the other guy you just played?
Yeah.
He was the only one coming close to maybe dethroning him, but I got to, after hearing Cody again.
Let's hear Dan one more time.
With arms wide open, under the thing that's there.
And not to mention, no offense, Dan, just not even attempting to say the actual lyrics to the song, which I think you get docked points for.
Oh, he was just making them up?
I believe he was just making them up. Dude, there's so many, dude. I'm gonna have to go tonight and pull all of these and try and
Any females again?
I'm not seeing any more females. Hold on. There's just so many. I got to get you hooked up so you get them.
I don't want this.
Well, I need, when this happens again in 5 years, I need your help. All right. Hold on.
I like this idea of call in and do this impression.
All right. Stand by. Here we go.
Well, I just heard the news today. It seems my life is gonna change.
That's not good. That was That was pretty bad. I think I lost the guy. That's the problem. It's hard to keep track of the names when you're going back and forth. That was Bobby Johnson. Bobby, I do apologize. You did not win.
You should apologize for us.
Let's do one more. Let's do one more. I'm trying to see if there's a Mandy. We got a lady.
Here we go.
Stand by. Mandy, this moment is for you. Right now, nobody's been able to dethrone Cody. This is a Scott Stapp impersonation for Rockville tickets. Hold on. You got to exit out and then go again. Here we go.
'Cause there's a hunger, a longing to escape from the life I live when I am awake. So let's go there.
Pretty good for a lady.
Pretty
dude.
good, man.
Dude, for a lady, that's pretty high quality. Hold on. God, there's just so many. I have to say thank you all so much for participating in this foolery. I'm looking for a lady. I'm gonna listen to all of these. Don't worry. If you sent one in, it will get played to me at least, and we'll figure out the finalist. I might have to wait till tomorrow to do it. Hold on. This is William. Let's try one more. Here you go, William. Stand by.
Whoa, me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good. Look, I got to hear that again.
Whoa, me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking maybe 6 feet ain't so far down.
Dude, he sounds like his mouth is full of something.
I was thinking when he's doing this, it sounds so uncomfortable for him. But he's nailing it.
Yeah.
He's nailing it.
Whoa, me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge, and I'm thinking.
All right, so is it safe to say that guy is also a fellow front runner?
He is. I think he gets bonus points for having a Tisa pouch in his mouth.
He might have a couple in there. It was sounding pretty thick in there. So at this exact moment, the front runners are Samuel and Cody. I'm going to probably maybe we'll play a couple for Drew when he gets in here.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And we'll see if we can get somebody else in the mix. And again, I'm doing all of these on the open mic feature on the Bone app. So if you do want to get one in, all you have to do is go to the Bone app. There's a little open mic feature. It'll allow you to record right there, and you'll be good to go. Send it along, and I'm trying to give away a pair of tickets to Rockville. So unless I hear all of them somehow today, we'll plan on giving the tickets away physically tomorrow. We'll find out who legit did it. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, John's Joints, Drew Garabo will be joining us. I know he's got some. I was chatting with him for a second. He went to the Magic game last night, and I think some of the Celtics fans were a little too much to bear. So we'll dig into that. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, news story going around today is the 60 Minutes interview with Bill Belichick and his young girlfriend who was standing by. Is Bill Belichick being held against his will? Is this woman a high-dollar escort? And we'll also discuss whether or not it's okay to take your baby to a rave. All that and a bunch more coming up next in John's Joints. Friday night, I cooked up some swordfish kebabs, made some tacos out of that yesterday. I told you about all the things I cooked. I forgot to mention that I had wings on the smoker all morning. I did some wings from Wild Fork. All my protein, honestly, most of my food, including seasonings, sides, desserts, even baked goods, all comes from Wild Fork. I was talking to my dad this morning. He was telling me about his order. He got a Santa Maria tri-tip. He got that chimichurri skirt steak, which is their highest selling item. You got to try it. You can order online, get it delivered to your house. You can go pick it up or just go on a shopping spree. They've got a location in West Chase, one in South Tampa. Shout out to my guy Trace right here on 4th Street North in St. Petersburg. No matter how you get your Wild Fork, as long as you fill your tummy with some Wild Fork today, check them out online at wildforkfoods.com. John's Joints on the way.
Friends there, baby. I got no time to mess around. So if you want it, got to bleed, boy, baby.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. The Bone Bonus is back. The Bone is giving you $1,000 5 times a day, every weekday. Listen to The Bone for your chance to win $1,000 at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 5 p.m. every weekday. Good news, The Bone Bonus is tariff-free. It's The Bone Bonus, hooking you up with cash every single weekday. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. The Bone Bonus is back. 1025 The Bone. Real, raw radio.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Where exactly do you think you're going? You're abandoning me, your beloved, exquisitely plush couch. Look, these feet are handcrafted mahogany. Put their Heinekens back. Do you really want to go to that concert? Wouldn't it be infinitely better to stay here with me? Look, I have a perfect imprint of your posterior. Please, don't go!
Don't listen to your couch. Head to a concert with some friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are 2 very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Let me tell you one of the reasons I think we became the largest injury firm in the world, and it's not even close. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. My wife and I had a plan early on. In our firm, our lawyers only work on certain types of cases. Our products liability and dangerous drug lawyers only work on those cases. Same for car crashes, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, and insurance disputes. Our thinking is for these lawyers to focus on one area of the law and live it and breathe it. Power comes from knowledge. Many lawyers do everything, jack of all trades. Not us, and we don't charge an hourly rate. You only pay us if we win. If you want to hire us, it's easy. Dial Pound Law on your cell phone, pound 529, or visit forthepeople.com on your phone or computer from the comfort of your own home. Let us get to work for you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Take advantage of the Freedom of Choice pricing event at Cherry-Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. 1,000 new vehicles in stock with 0 down, 0% APR, and 0 payments for 90 days. At the #1 Ram dealer in the U.S., cherryohm.com. 1-800-840-0798 for complete details.
Now's the time to check your homeowner's insurance and ensure that you're covered before the next storm hits. Italiano Insurance can help give you that peace of mind. Even if your mortgage company doesn't require flood insurance, your home could still be at risk for flood. And now's the time to make sure your family is protected. Call 813-877-7799 or visit ItalianoInsurance.com today. Italiano Insurance, serving our community for over 60 years.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Diamond Days are back at the Golden Diamond Source, Tampa Bay's largest jewelry superstore. I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all their diamond inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. This means that if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment would be only $83. Best of all, your Golden Diamond Source diamond never loses its value. And listen up, all soon-to-be newlyweds, here's your chance to win a $2,500 $1,500 shopping spree at the Gold and Diamond Source, along with a wedding cake for up to 100 guests created by the renowned celebrity chef, the Cake Girl, as seen on the Today Show. Entering is easy. Simply visit the Gold and Diamond Source on Almerton Road for your chance to win big. I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all their diamond inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. If you want your special someone to say yes, make sure it's a Gold and Diamond Source diamond. Check them out at 3800 Almerton Road in Clearwater. The Gold and Diamond Source.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called Select Quote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with Select Quote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-880-6363. That's 1-800-880-6363. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-880-6363. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family. And no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than Mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for Mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get Mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online, shopidc.com.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio. And now, back to Senning's show. It's time for John's Choice with your host, John Senning.
Welcome back to Setting Show. Chugging through a Monday the best we can. But you know what makes it a little bit better? Fire it up, these here joints. I'm John Senning, Dizzy in the building, and every afternoon at 3 o'clock, sometimes you need a good friend to help you burn through some joints. And who better than the man who has been all around the state of Florida? If you've got a championship team playing in the state, this man might just be there. Drew Garabo.
Oh, for the playoffs, John. I have yet to see one of my favorite teams win.
Oh, that's actually, I didn't think of it boiled down, but so you've been to 3 contests, and thus far, no wins out of those 3.
Frustrating, to be certain, but yes.
We do have our eyes on the press conference for the Clearwater Ferry. If news breaks on that.
I spent a lot of time at North Beach. Sorry I got rear-ended. Yes, I'll be having a press conference. There I was, shuttling passengers to the Soft Sand Festival, and out of nowhere, something comes smashing into my rear end.
That's a good Scotty.
He's a heat seeker today, dude. Something happened over the weekend where he I don't know what it is. I think it's his 9-year anniversary. He's got him feeling some sort of way about. I can only imagine what he's saying about us when we're not here.
I mean, he can get away with saying about us, but you're not going to make it to 10 years. You take shots at the body.
I don't know. You may not make the 9 years in one day. So I know you're going to touch on it during Drew Garabo Live, so let's hit on it real quick here. So you go to the Orlando Magic game last night, which they were taking on the Celtics. It's not a secret that Boston fans are
scum.
They're just rough to deal with. I think when you sound like that and act like that, like outside of Philly, I think often Boston fans are some of the worst. What were your experiences with the Boston fans, and maybe specifically one Boston fan?
So we were in the upper level to start the game, and there were a lot of non-white Celtics fans up there.
Oh, really? Okay.
A lot of big, burly non-white.
Is that when you ordered to get out of there?
That's when I placed the call. No, and they were being obnoxious from jump.
Wait, the Orlando fans?
No, the Celtic fans, and like. I get it. Like you have like 16 championship rings. You know, you've earned the right to be cocky.
Something about being a little classy about just knowing that you're a winner, knowing you got those banners, and just carrying yourself. I think it's almost like scarier as a fan. But you know what I mean? Like the go-to thing is be a dick, but like a fan base that of a team that can be that good in a city that has so many championships. Imagine if they just walked with just unspoken swag. Like we don't need to say it, because we live it. We know what we are, but seemingly the teams that win a lot, it seems to embolden the fan bases to be dickheads.
Yeah, and in Boston, there's a weird mentality. I lived there for 6 years as a kid. There's just a weird mentality of almost like not just me against the world, but me and the rest of the world sucks. And that's how those Celtics fans carried themselves last night. So I'll reserve the special part of the story for 4:30 today or 5 o'clock. But suffice it to say, a little kid ruined our experience there.
Oh, a little kid. And where are the where are the parents?
Sitting right next to him.
I mean, can you say anything to them? Can you say anything to parents?
I don't know. If my kid had been cheering at a Magic game, which he did when he was about 6, 7 years old, and somebody said something to me, I would have said, F you, buddy. It's my kid. He's having a great time.
What was the kid being, was he being foul mouth? Was he, were there curse words?
That,
F words, S words.
Words he could say, but you can't.
No.
Okay.
No, but I briefly considered falsely reporting him for cursing so I could get him ejected. I had it all planned out because they have that number like text for fan safety.
Fan I never knew about that.
Oh, yeah. For, like if a fan is acting up and ruining your experience.
Yeah, you know about that.
Yeah, you're not a Karen. Yeah, us Karens know.
Yeah.
And so I had typed it out like the young man behind me, I'm not sure of his age, continuously uses the F word for gay people. And my girlfriend's gay.
What if they came up?
Yeah.
Came to the aisle.
Right.
Pointed at the kid and said, "Sir, is this the guy?"
Yeah. Well, if
would
I
you
had
played dumb?
Yes. But if I hadn't been a guest of the Orlando Magic,
that's the thing.
Yeah, sitting in the seats that they gave me in the lower level.
So that was in the lower seat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I assume that was in the first seat.
No.
Oh no.
No, I know, John. It was terrible. Sarah, who is one of the more mild-mannered people I know, was just like, this kid's voice was piercing through her head. She was miserable.
But was he using the slur? The F?
No, he didn't even come close to cursing. But I figured that was the only way I was going to get him kicked out.
These guys suck. You're like, I got to get him out of here.
If he had said suck, I probably would have reported him, Diz.
I think an important part of this press conference starting right now, and I found it. Let's check in real quick. Oh, great audio.
It's almost in both ears.
Give you kind of some perspective on how they go about conducting these investigations.
By the way, this is in regards to the Clearwater ferry that was hit by another boat. 1 person dead, 12 hospitalized.
Certainly, it's early on in this. A lot of witnesses, a lot of information to sift through. Clearwater PD is providing a support role, obtaining evidence, obtaining videos, identifying witnesses and potential witnesses. So we've worked well and collaborated together on many things over the years since we implemented a Marine unit. But I think it's important for you to hear from them on everything that they have to do to conduct one of these investigations. It's much different than a garden variety crash on a surface street.
Garden variety.
I never understood that expression.
Thank you, Chief. Major Adam Laskowski with the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation
Here we go.
Commission.
No way to say it. This guy is very handsome.
Laskowski. So last night we responded to the accident involving approximately a 37-foot recreational center console vessel ramping up the stern of approximately 40-foot commercially registered vessel with approximately 45 people on board.
Ramped up my
It was a
stern.
very dynamic accident scene involving several different locations. The recreational vessel ended up at the Bel Air boat ramp, as the chief stated. The commercial ferry ended up on a sandbar, and then we had several different victims transported to 4 different local hospitals. So we had all hands on deck. We responded with 3 critical incident investigators, their critical incident supervisor, along with several patrol officers, Clearwater PD officers.
You think we're going to get a name?
Yep.
And then our area supervisor.
An arrest has been made.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Matt Del Rosa also responded to scene. We seized both vessels as evidence as part of this investigation, and we're continuing to conduct interviews and review relevant footage of the incident to aid in our investigation. Obviously, our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this tragic accident, and we're committed to completing a thorough accident investigation to determine exactly what caused this horrific event. And we can open it up, or I'll turn it back over to the chief. And
That sounds like no arrest.
What you were saying. We'll open it up to questions.
They arrested
We
Brock
will
Horner within
field
24
them
hours.
Based
Just
on
saying.
who did what. So if it's related to the crash investigation, certainly FWC. If it's medical evacs and things like that, Clearwater Fire and PD can answer those questions. So,
Who got arrested?
Go ahead.
Question for FWC, I believe. Can you confirm that the suspect vessel or boat was a blue and white boat with the word statement written across it?
Yeah, so we can confirm that vessel was there. Some members of the media were actually at the Bel Air boat ramp last night and were taking some photographs, and that was the vessel in question for this accident. Yes, ma'am.
Statement?
I think so.
My question is for Major Laskowski. Because we can see in the video the conditions last night. Could you please comment on what you observed?
Yeah, I think we'll keep an eye on it. I mean, they look like they're updating the story from Fox 13 as it's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm not seeing a name anywhere.
Interesting.
Well, it is if the guy went to the boat ramp, I don't know. I mean, everything still says hit and run. So to me, that verbiage is coming from the police, coming from the people doing the investigation. So if there was some scenario where it wasn't a quote unquote hit and run, I feel like this would have been corrected at this point.
Yeah.
So I think at this point we're waiting for a name, but it kind of feels like the charges aren't coming right this second.
Yeah, I think probably they'll conclude the investigation before they make an arrest. I'm trying to remember what they did with the case of Brock Horner. Did they do an investigation and then arrest him?
I mean, that's tough. I mean, I think it was a couple days. Was it a couple days? Because, I mean, you have to think by the time we saw the video, by the time the video was truly going viral, I think we were 3 or 4 days removed from it.
Right.
And then it was probably after the big day, I think he got arrested. Did you see that the FWC threw a bunch more charges at him too?
No.
Yeah, he was operating. His boat wasn't to be used for commercial. Being a commercial captain. I don't even think he had a license to be a charter. All of those different things. So he caught a handful of other charges as well. But we'll keep an eye on this, and if we get anything else before the end of the joints, we'll let you know.
Boy, don't you think, John, that Brock Horner, knowing that he was not licensed to do charters, wouldn't have done something as idiotic as he did?
I mean, it's got to be. Not an excuse, but clearly a temper that has zero control. Yeah. Something that once he was rolling, he couldn't put his mental toothpaste back in the tube because it seems like he just lost his ever loving mind.
Yep.
And again, I've had people. I think that name that you threw out earlier, that name is being spoke about all about town. I don't know if it's true yet. I don't think we're probably at a place where we should say it.
Right.
Because clearly the guy's got good lawyers.
Exactly.
If that's the case. So, if we get a name or we get any better understanding of what exactly happened, we'll make sure to bring it to you.
Yeah, I imagine it'll come during the day, probably not at night.
Yeah. The biggest story of the weekend, at least in the sports world, was not just Shedeur Sanders falling in the NFL draft, but quite possibly, if you're in the business of ranking prank phone calls, quite possibly the most well-played prank phone call in the history of prank phone calls. And now I can't believe the final answer here. It was the son of the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, has admitted to a prank phone call to Shedeur Sanders during the NFL draft and apologized in an Instagram post. The NFL is looking into the situation, specifically how Sanders' private number was leaked, which it seems like we know that now. The teams were the only ones that had it, and it was on an iPad that this kid grabbed. And now the footage, originally it was just the footage of Shedeur, but I think the next day the kids, I don't know if this was supposedly leaked or if they just thought they were going to get away with it. The video of them making the prank phone call was released. And if you're not familiar, Shedeur Sanders, seemingly a lot of people thought he was going to go early in the NFL draft. Some even thinking top 5, something like that. He fell and he fell and he fell. What round? What did it end up being? It was the 5th round
to the Browns.
To the Browns. I think it was the beginning of the second day. He gets a call, thinking it's the call, and this was the call that was made. Hello, it's Paul Rosenberg. Saul glasses.
Hey, is this Shedeur? This is Mickey Loomis here, the GM of the New Orleans Saints.
So messed up.
How you doing? This is Mickey Loomis here, GM of the Saints.
How you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Been waiting on you.
Yeah, we have. It's been a long wait, man. We're gonna take you with our next pick right here, man.
This thing must be legendary.
Hey, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that.
Dude, that's cold-blooded, dude. That is, I mean, respect the prank, but man, that is about as cold-blooded as it.
Don't you think you got to do a prank like that? Going, this could cost my dad his job.
Oh yeah.
Now for that part alone, I mean.
Because I could never do something like that.
The Falcons pretty much released a statement. Nobody's getting in trouble.
Which is crazy to me.
Nobody, I mean, the Falcons, it seems as if, unless they're just baby facing, they released a statement and said, hey, we're looking into it, but we're sorry this happened. But it seems like there's not going to be any real punishment that comes from it. What is your general takeaway from why this kid? I mean, there's so much drama surrounding it. You have the talking heads on ESPN. Everybody's talking about Mel Kiper losing his freaking mind, who was somebody who has, some people believe what he says when it comes to drafts, way off base. Everything from character to race and everything in between seems to be get thrown into the argument. What's your surface level opinion on why this kid fell as far as he did?
Yeah, I just think he's an overconfident dude who Dion was trying to really prop up, and his skills just didn't match it. He didn't interview very well. I've seen the race card being played. I don't think any GM or owner in the NFL is not going to take him because of race. I think a lot of the delight that white people are taking, some of it might be based in racism. Not me. I'm just delighted that this cocky, arrogant dude who thought he could write his own ticket in the first round got a real big slice of humble pie a la mode.
And it might be, you never know. You don't know how people are going to react to things like this. But from my perspective, this could be exactly what this kid needed.
Yeah.
A reality check.
Right.
And the thing is, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I also think that Dion probably comes into play. Like, for a fact, whether you like it or not, Deion Sanders is going to be breathing down your neck. He's going to be probably trying to get into your playbook. I mean, he is going to be directly connected to your organization and everything that happens on the offense. And that's on top of all of those other stories. The big one was, what's the dude from the Giants, Brian Daboll, who supposedly they got into a damn near screaming match where the story is Shedeur came in unprepared. He was pressed on it. It then became a fight between the two of them. And I would imagine things like that get back to all of the other teams, even if he had a decent interview and they go, do we really want to, because when you take a quarterback that early, the plan is to play. The plan is to play and to play quickly. So if you've got any, any doubts on what this guy is going to do, how he's going to act and where his dad is going to factor into it, I can see the hesitance to get him right away.
Sure. And Tom Brady, was one of the guys who was advocating for Shedeur and said, I loved him. Well, the Raiders had to pick, and they didn't. They've got Geno Smith starting at quarterback, and they didn't even go anywhere near him.
Yeah,
so.
another thing that, I don't know where it falls into the conversation, but I've seen a lot of, respected journalists talking about it. That money that they're getting now, like this is really, you're really starting to get that first era of famous paid college players entering the draft. And I think it gives them a certain amount of power that they've never had going into the draft. So the reasons against it, I don't fully understand, but a lot of people, what is it? NIL. That first round, and probably the biggest, most paid player through all of that to enter the draft. And you just wonder, is he coming in there too high on himself for teams to want to take a chance early enough to have him playing immediately?
Do you guys think we've overcorrected when it comes to paying college athletes and giving them so much freedom? Like with NCAA basketball, you don't have a player for 4 years. You don't even have them for 2 anymore. 1 year, enter a portal, go someplace else. I think those kids should be paid for what they do.
For
but
sure.
I think they might be holding too many of the cards now.
Yeah, it's tough because I think so many people go, you're bringing in so much money. These schools are sometimes billion-dollar operations and built on the backs of these kids, and they don't see a dollar. But it is almost like it was too much too quick. I mean, if you could have done it, they took, what did it take 12 years to roll out the playoff, brackets the way they ended up? Maybe there was a way to start where you didn't go from nothing to millionaires overnight, because it is, there's something about, I think it's natural. If you're a kid who's never earned a buck and this is your opportunity to prove yourself and to get into the league, it's just different than coming in as a millionaire. Not saying that Shedeur Sanders is set for life, but he's probably more set for life than any other quarterback to enter the draft up until this point. So I'm sure that comes with a way that he carries himself and in a way that teams are going to feel about him when you've got a made man already.
It almost feels like he's a girl that went to a small school somewhere and was treated like a 9 or 10 and then went to a bigger school and found out I'm a 4 or something.
Well, and now that old tweet from Dion is resurfacing where he said, if I was a quarterback coming up, I would never go to the Browns. I would pull an Eli Manning and get out, pretty much just saying it's a bad team. You're being set up for failure. So that was, I think, in 2013 or something, he sent that tweet out. But a lot of things working, but who knows? Sometimes I think a chip on the shoulder, feeling like you have to prove something, is what it was. A completely different situation. But you mentioned Tom Brady. I don't think that chip ever left him. Never. I think the fact he fell so far was with him his entire career. And he always felt like, I have to prove every one of those mother effers that didn't pick me wrong.
Yep.
And I think, whether we like it or not, Shedeur is probably going to have a little bit of that in him as well.
And they have to ask themselves, the organizations, do we want a kid with an ego who also now we have to work with his pops, who's not an agent, and now we have to deal with this, and he's not even that good. We don't want that.
It is the juice worth the squeeze type thing. Ooh.
What?
Wait.
What?
Oh, Juice. Okay, sorry. I thought that one of the players was called Juice, but that's OJ. Never mind. Move on.
How about that Browns quarterback room? Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, the rapist, Deshaun Watson.
Is Russell Wilson in?
Isn't he a Steeler?
Oh, yeah. I don't think Russell Wilson's in Cleveland.
I believe he is.
He's in Cleveland now?
If that is true, hold on.
I'm almost positive.
No, he went to the Giants.
Oh, never mind. So did Jameis.
Oh, yeah, they're both, yeah.
Okay, I'd like to retract that remark. Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders.
Still, yeah.
Their quarterback room.
Flacco.
Still bad.
Flacco, Watson, and now Shedeur.
But that's the kind of room you probably want to be in. I mean, Cleveland seems ready to, ship Watson off at any moment. I don't think they ever wanted him in the first place. Flacco is not long for this world. He's old. So, I mean, it will be very quick before the chants start coming. A couple bad games from anybody who's not Shedeur, and I think the crowd will be chanting for him. It's a very interesting situation. But somehow, maybe, at least from my perspective, what interests me, the second most interesting thing coming out of the football world over the weekend, the first being the bizarre interview that was done by Bill Belichick that has people questioning, is Bill Belichick safe? Blink twice if you're okay, Bill, because Bill Belichick, and you've got to want, so much of the conversation over the past however many months has been, how did this guy go from being almost the undebatable best coach in NFL to now can't get a job. Nobody wants to even touch him. Is something going on here that we don't know with his character, or does a lot have to do with his 24-year-old girlfriend? Because he did this interview on 60 Minutes, and it is freaking bizarre.
Were treated with dignity and respect when you were let go by Robert Kraft?
Yeah, well, it was a mutual decision.
Dude, this is painful to watch. Like the cringe level of where this goes, and just his lack of ability to seem like a normal human being is painful.
For us to part ways.
He said fired.
It was a mutual decision.
The other change for Belichick is 24-year-old Jordan Hudson, his creative muse, as he writes in his book. Jordan was a constant presence during our interview.
You have Jordan right over there. Everybody in the world seems to be following this relationship. They've got an opinion about your private life. It's got nothing to do with them, but they're invested in it. How do you deal with that?
Never been too worried about what everybody else thinks. Just try to do what I feel like is best for me and what's right.
How did you guys meet?
Not talking about this.
Ooh.
No?
No.
It's a topic neither one of them is comfortable commenting on. Though Hudson...
Well, wait, the thing is I haven't seen this tons of places. And I didn't see it in this article from the New York Post, and they didn't put it, I don't think, in the feature unless I just didn't see it. Was the story not when they first got together that he was doing like speaking engagements at a school, and that's how they initially met?
I thought so, or on a plane or something.
Yeah, but like she was in school and he was in some sort of role that was like helping the school or something was going on there, right?
Yeah, I think so.
It was a flight, it says. The couple first reportedly met in February 2021 when they were seated next to each other on a flight from Boston to Florida.
But was he doing something with the school that she was going into?
Ooh, let me find that one out.
Has recently posted about it on Instagram.
You joined InstaFace, as you put it. I love that. There's some great pictures of you and Jordan where you're a fisherman and she's a mermaid. It's charming. It's a different side of you. What's the reaction been like?
Yeah. What's it been like?
They have
Dude,
these
he's so
different
weird.
sort of photos. There's another one where you're doing, I know you're not into meditation.
I mean, it's funny because everyone looks at this and goes, is he okay? What's going on here? And the reports that came out also were they put that little shred of the story in there, but that she was stopping the interview and involved in the interview pretty much the whole time. And everyone's like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? Could it just be possible that this old ass man has a smoking hot 24-year-old woman that he can't fathom that he's even with her, and he just is willing to do anything and everything that she wants him to do? Is it not maybe as much of a smoking gun as people are making it out to be?
Dude, she calls all the shots. He's almost 70 years old, and she's 20-something and hot.
I would just, I mean, unless she's going to kill him.
He signed her textbook.
That's what it was.
It was written by a Harvard University professor, Warren Goldfarb, and he wrote in it, cheers to the fact that you still give me a lengthy philosophical lectures 4 years later. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. Thanks for giving me a course on logic. Safe travels. That's what he wrote in the book for her.
Thanks for giving me a course on logic.
Yeah.
I also don't know. He was married, right?
Yeah.
So is there possibility of a little overlap here? Was he possibly canoodling with this young woman while still married? Is that what's going on?
I don't know how long ago they split up. Maybe there's some sort of allegations of like bad behavior with the school or something.
That would be my thought, is that he was somehow, by doing whatever he was doing with the school, in a role of power of sorts, and they just don't want that look. And she doesn't want it to make it seem like he came in there and scooped her up out of school.
Meditation or yoga or Pilates, you're balancing Jordan on your feet, and she's doing kind of the Titanic pose.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, so I'm on some of those social media platforms.
Who thought
but
this was
I
a good
honestly
idea,
don't
by the way?
follow them.
What he does follow isn't clicks or views, but touchdowns and, above all, wins.
And then he called him out for his torn up jacket. At this point, like everything I used to think about him, now I question. I'm like, are you wearing, like, is there more ego to it than you think? Like, it's almost like I've got to be this guy who's wearing torn up jackets. Like, there's just more to it.
I think you're onto something, because it says him and his ex, not his wife, the lady he dated after, they broke up in 2023. He's saying they met on a plane, the other two, in 2021.
A little little overlappage.
There would have been a little. There would have been a little bit of overlap there. Wow, who would have thought? Let's step aside. Let's take an early one because when we come back, I want to dig in to the Bolts. Obviously, a big game over the weekend. Are we back in it? Is tonight the night where all is made to feel right in the world? We'll pick Drew Garabo's brain, who will be back live at Amalie Arena on Wednesday for Game 5. So we'll dig into a little Bolts content, and I got some other things happening around the world as well. All that and more coming up next on John's Joints. But first, we'd love to tell you about our good buddy, Jeff Borum.
Jeff's our buddy, John. We trust this guy. We know this guy. We love this guy. And more importantly, to your interests, he knows real estate in the Tampa Bay area. Jeff Borum.
You know, there are a lot of things that can happen in your life that are full of joy, but sometimes there can be stress involved as well. Getting married, one of the most joyful times in your life. But if that involves buying a new house with your loved one, maybe even selling 2 other properties, you want somebody that you can trust, and you really want someone who's going to take away all of that stress. And that's what Jeff and his team live for, to make sure you don't have to worry about anything and possibly get a better offer than you could ever imagine. That's why you got to go with Jeff Borum.
Yep, Team Borum's powered by eXp Realty, and Jeff can give you options. Buy your home, sell your home, rent your home. He might even have a buyer for your home, and you haven't even listed it yet. Google Jeff Borum right now, and you might be packing tonight. BORHAM for Team Borum.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. It's Lightning Hockey on 102.5 The Bone. The Bolts are back in the playoffs. Tonight, your Tampa Bay Lightning hit the road to take on the Florida Panthers. The game starts at 7 p.m. It's the battle for Florida. You can listen to every single playoff game right here on the official station of the Tampa Bay Lightning. 102.5 The Bone. Real, raw hockey. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In St. Pete, crews are on the scene of an accident along Roosevelt Boulevard at 9th Street or Dr. King. In eastern Hillsborough, construction has Boyette Road closed eastbound between US 301 and Sweetwell Place. You can get around it by using McMullen Road, Riverview Road, Rodine, and Gibsonton Road. The road is expected to reopen Thursday. This is Jim with traffic.
Ready to step into a healthy and active lifestyle? Come to the Good Feet store and experience the difference. Discover how a simple step can lead to a life of pain-free possibilities.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches, like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
John Senning here for the National Aviation Academy. Do you feel like you're in a rut, like you need a change? Are you just starting off in the workforce and looking for some direction? Well, how about a career in aviation maintenance, working on jets and airplanes, and you can be trained by getting your hands dirty at the NAA right here in Clearwater, Florida. You can be trained in just a few months, and the next class starts April 29th. So make that decision today and check them out at naa.edu. For information on NAA statistics, visit naa.edu/statistics.
If you're in the market for a car, chances are you've heard all about those confusing 25% auto tariffs, additional costs added to both new and used cars, and ultimately passed on to you. But don't stress, because at Auto Lenders in Palm Harbor, we have a unique way of getting inventory without the tariffs. So you can choose from the finest one-owner cars, trucks, and SUVs. They're totally tariff-free, which means you're totally free to save thousands more. See for yourself at Auto Lenders in Palm Harbor, a tariff-free way to buy a car.
I have quite a few coworkers who have used WeatherTight to replace their doors and windows, and I consistently hear what a good job they do. WeatherTight Mike hires only the best installers and salespeople, and he takes good care of them so that they'll take good care of you. If you need replacement windows or doors, don't hesitate. Just trust me on this one. Call WeatherTight Windows for your free consultation.
WeatherTightWindows.com. WeatherTight Windows. From Saturday Night Live and his multiple Netflix specials, Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Straz Center, Saturday, December 6th. Tickets on sale now at strazcenter.org.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
For pure safety and total clean, call Zerorez. Right now, get 3 for the price of 2. That's 3 rooms of carpet clean, but only pay for 2 when you mention me, Mike Calta. Secure this deal today. Book online at ZerorezTampaBay.com.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family. Injured? Dial Pound Law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Feel the credit union difference. GTE Financial is celebrating its 90th anniversary. Since 1935, providing solutions for Tampa Bay businesses is what we love to do. From SBA lending to hassle-free checking, commercial insurance to preventing fraud. We even offer free benefits for your employees. As a not-for-profit financial institution, we get to focus on your earnings. Join us at gtefinancial.org, the official credit union of the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Pulse Nation, get ready to be the Thunder for the 2025 playoffs, presented by Advent Health. Tickets for Game 5 against the Florida Panthers on Wednesday night are on sale now. To secure your tickets and everything Lightning playoffs, visit TampaBayLightning.com/2025 playoffs.
A lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, this is my last hope. The next step is getting them in the right arch supports. Our goal is to have that long-term change for them, to see someone that is in pain. I change things for them. See how we can help you with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
When you hire Bernetti PA for your injury case, we make the process easy for you to monitor. We provide you our app so that you can monitor your case at any time. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Even if you've tried before and were unsuccessful in getting rid of your timeshare, call today and see if we can help. We offer a complete 100% unconditional client satisfaction guarantee. Make this completely free call and learn how we can help you legally put an end to your timeshare nightmare once and for all. You have nothing to lose, so call right now to qualify and receive a free consultation.
Call 800-838-8614. 800-838-8614. That's 800-838-8614.
Paid for by Airtime Media.
Set the date. Barbecue Love Fest is Saturday, May 3rd at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Your ticket for this all-day celebration of barbecue includes barbecue samples from 20-plus cook teams, 7-plus renowned pitmasters from across the nation, and live music. The Bone and the Mike Calta Show have your tickets. Listen to win or buy your tickets now at bbqlovefest.com.
When it really matters, choose Farrah & Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
This Saturday, May 3rd, Michelob Ultra is the proud beer sponsor of Barbecue Love Fest, an epic day of barbecue with pitmasters from across the country, live music, cold beer, and good vibes. Get your tickets while they last at bbqlovefest.com.
Now, a weather update from the Sun Toyota Weather Center.
Sun, Toyota.com.
I'm Fox 13 Chief Meteorologist Paul Delgado. A couple shower storms around early tonight, otherwise mostly clear. Another warm night. We're down near 70. A little bit of a better chance of afternoon storms on Tuesday. Highs near 90, then dry and hot on Wednesday.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Now, back to Senning Show with your host, John Senning.
back to Setting Show. Drew Garabo live coming up in 20 minutes. I forgot I had sent myself that audio of Michigan. And
I've got to just kick off the show today.
I think I may have lost it somewhere.
Oh, man.
Dude, he was on one. Is that as enraged as you've ever heard him?
I have never, in years of listening to David Mishkin call play-by-play for Lightning games, he gets frustrated from time to time, a little animated. I've never heard this level of, I don't know what, indignation, anger, frustration, rage. That's the best way to put it. It was crazy. It's on the Lightning Audio Network Instagram if you need it.
Oh, that's where I pulled it from.
Yeah, same. It's crisp and clear.
Stand by.
Kachuk's something else, man.
Are you saying there's a Lightning Audio Instagram page?
I am. I think it's Lightning Audio Network.
Was it Bolts Radio, maybe?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
Our good buddies over there, Steve Versnick.
Maybe. I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. But I got something.
Okay.
Let's see.
Come around to the far side. Hedman couldn't clear. Great play. Barkov holds it in. Left circle Reinhardt. Feeds it in front. Ekblad. Save Vasilevsky. And he holds on.
Oh, this isn't it, is it?
Well, Barkov started that play with just a brilliant keep. But again, the Lightning have to make sure the puck gets out. Comes into the Lightning end. They say onside. Bennett left circle. Cuts in front. Lost it. Rebound score. Matthew Tkachuk. Shoots, block, rebound. Gonçalves lost it. Marchand shoots. Save Vasilevsky. Kucherov makes a little move, right circle, looking for Gensel. He open. Score! Get Gensel! Well, that time he stayed right in the middle of the ice. Off Bobrovsky, and in it's 1-1. He'll go cross ice. Reinhardt Lightning in trouble on this shift. Reinhardt takes a left point shot, block. Rebound back for Reinhardt. High slot.
I think
Reinhardt,
this is like the
right
best
circle,
stuff.
Ekblad open. Save Vasilevsky! And then Ekblad is shoved in.
Did you get to? Were you watching the game, or were you out and about? Yeah, I was down at the at Old Salt, and I didn't get to. I was trying to keep up with it as much as possible. Are they back? Are we back in this thing?
Well, I think with a decisive victory like that, we are. Those two first games were very unfortunate here at home, but you remember the Rangers series a couple of years ago. We lost the first two at home and then ripped off 4 wins in a row to beat them. So
it really is something, and it's with the hard to compare it to basketball in any way, but just from the series perspective, it just seems like you never really know what is going on. You know what I mean? Like after that first game, and I heard you talking about it afterwards with everybody about in hockey, it seems that sometimes those blowouts are more explainable than a close loss. And it didn't seem like people weren't really freaking out over that. Obviously the second game a little bit closer. But after big hits delivered by both teams, it kind of feels like the tone has been set. Cooper chirping a little bit. This is my last attempt at seeing if I have it here.
Did. Oh yeah, just a horrific. I mean, you talk about interference. You talk about hitting an unsuspecting player. That's exactly what Tkachuk did. What was it that Paul Maurice said? Our players don't hit players who have the puck. Guess what? Gensel didn't have the puck, and Tkachuk hit him, and he wasn't expecting it.
Florida assessed a 5-minute penalty on the play, which will now be reviewed.
Here we go again. So let's see if they turn about as fair play. Let's see if they hit Tkachuk with what they hit Hagel with.
They didn't.
Now, frankly, I thought the Hagel hit was a little more ferocious, but the philosophy is the same. Gensel is not expecting to be hit, and he gets blindsided by Tkachuk.
After reviewing the play, the call on the ice is confirmed. Number 19, Florida, has a 5-minute major for interference.
Well, I guess the fans here don't like it when their guy is called for a major for interference.
I love it. I mean, it's what you need. I think everybody probably operates at the highest level when they're fired up, and now everybody is fired up. And I mean, this has got to be one of the best rivalries going in hockey. If you go back, 5 years now of when you're talking about some of the best games in I saw that stat too that the Joe passed along at the beginning of the series. I mean, completely 100% evenly matched in almost every possible way in all of their matchups. I don't know that from a competitive standpoint and a vitriol standpoint that there is a better rivalry taking place in the NHL right now. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but if the Lightning can pull this off, it's hard to not think this will be probably one of the toughest series that they could face. Not that it's going to be a cakewalk, but the Panthers are damn good. And if they come out the other side of this, I think, it's going to be an interesting journey, hopefully deep into the playoffs, because this one is circled as probably one of the toughest.
Yeah, and if there is something to take away from the last game, and there's a lot, I think Bobrovsky finally looked vulnerable. Like the first 2 games, he was unstoppable. You weren't getting anything by him. And in that last game, I think we got, 5 by him?
Something about the mentality of a goalie has got to be it's like all of these different elements of the most mentally intense positions in sports. I think a little bit about they talk about the mental strain that gets put on a punter, because so much of the game you're just sitting there waiting to see if you're going to have a moment, and depending on how the game is being played, you can spend so much time just needing to be ready for that big moment. And obviously it's different, but I don't know that there's a more high pressure position when the game is on the line. And you see, Vasi, I don't know if we want to call it a meltdown, but he let through a lot in game 1. And now that dominant Vasi is kind of creeping back the more that this series goes along. And it kind of feels like the Bolts are in a pretty good position to win this game and then be able to come back to Tampa on Wednesday with things tied up.
Yeah, the hockey goalie, you have to have alertness all the time when you're on the ice. I don't know if you saw it in the last game, but they sent one down the ice, and it was an easy stop for Bobrovsky, but he misplayed it, and it went past him and almost went in. You take your eyes off that puck for a half second, the game's over.
It is. It's like the focus of golf with the mental elements of being a punter and having to wait around. Like there's just
the timing of like a pitcher or catcher.
It's so much is going through your mind, I imagine. And like you said, a split second is all it takes for that puck to creep by you when the game is on the line. So you'll be able to hear the game right here on 102.5 The Bone tonight, pulling off hopefully a big win. I think it's 7:00 tonight.
7 tonight, 7:30 on Wednesday night. And did you see Tkachuk after he hit Gensel, where he pointed to his head and said, "You got to keep your head up"? Like, unfortunately, I got caught up in it like everybody else and thought they should suspend that prick. He's right. You have to keep your head up. And Gensel, he had his head down.
What is the? I saw you post about something. What's the weird relationship between the upper management of the NHL and Tkachuk?
Okay, so the general manager for the Florida Panthers, his dad works in the front office of the NHL.
Dude, that seems like that would be a conflict of interest.
Yes.
And whether or not it should or shouldn't have been a suspension or something more, I would just think you alleviate the discussion of that when you don't have people in positions of power that are directly connected to a certain franchise.
Correct.
Before we get out of here, I wanted to mention this because it's interesting. I don't feel like it's getting quite as much run as it feels like it deserves. Large areas of Europe are experiencing massive blackouts, and it kind of feels like nobody has a definitive answer. Spain has declared a state of emergency after a nationwide power blackout hit most of the Iberian Peninsula. Madrid, Andalusia, and Extremadura are also pretty much entering some form of martial law, state of emergencies, based on just... At this point, they're saying it's probably 100 million people without power, without a totally definitive answer. A lot of people this morning thinking it's some sort of cyber attack from Russia. They're now saying it could be a naturally occurring, whether it's a solar flare. They're being very tight-lipped about it. But anytime you see that many people go without power, we've often said that's all it would really take to send the world into a spiral. And it's kind of freaky to see that domino effect of all those areas be without power over there.
It's a dumb question, but like if that happened over here, we operate on backup power here at the station, right? We're on a generator. Is that right? But like if there's no one who's able to listen except for people with transistor radios, I mean, I don't know.
And I also don't know, what is that? Yeah, I'd love to know more about that. Is that directly connected to natural gas? Like, is there a scenario? Because the power goes out. Like, I just started thinking about it. It was the first story that I saw this morning, and I just was thinking, like, what would you do if all of the power, like we found out right now, all of the power of the United States of America went out? Like, what do you do? Because if you don't have cash in your pocket,
right,
you don't have any money.
That's true.
And if your car is about to be running out of gas or you don't have gas soon, you're not going to have any way to get out of the city. So, I mean, just all of these little things that I think we don't think about, not to go all Alex Jones doomsday prepper on you, but I think something as simple as having a nice little stash of cash on your person just to ensure that if you wanted to get out of the city or you wanted to get anywhere, you'd have money to get you a little bit of food and a little bit of gas to at least maybe get somewhere. Because I think you start getting into day 2 or 3 of a nationwide blackout, and spoiler alert, you're going to not want to be in the city. Because
you're not wrong. Because, go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, like, when you watch, like, the movies and they're trying to get out of town or anything, one of the first things they do is go into their safe and get cash out.
Yeah.
And that's, like, a thing that I think goes underutilized nowadays.
Well, and who's to say that, like I said, so you'd be able to get gas? I don't know for a fact that gas would be readily available, because if everything is without power, I'm sure some gas stations operate on a backup system, but a lot of gas stations being without power would probably be enough to put them out of business.
I was just thinking I would get on my bike and start riding, but where am I going? Like, every place is without power. Like, where am I heading?
Well, and where could you, I mean, everyone's going to try to be leave. Like, my first thought was, like, I really started running through the scenario where I was like, I would try to get, like, I was literally thinking about it very, very specific. So I'm like, if I had enough cash, I would probably immediately, once I found out it was a nationwide blackout, I would start calling places that I know have, like, cabin rentals. And I would say, hey, I've got, $1,500. Can I give it to you right now? I'm just trying to get out of the city. How many other people would try to do the same thing automatically? What would 75 North even look like? Would you be able to get on it? Would you be able to even remotely guarantee that you'd be able to have enough gas to get that far?
No.
So it really is, we can think a lot of different variations of the apocalypse. I think you could pretty much bring it on with just taking away the power.
Good Lord, yes.
And I mean that's
no communication, no gas, no nothing.
I think one of your first ideas should be, do I know someone with a boat? Because maybe going to the Caribbean is the smart answer instead of going north or whatever, or Mexico.
You probably the water would be probably your safest bet, even if it wasn't there. Even if you took it up the coast of the United States and you were trying to get to South Carolina or something, so you could find in either your path. I don't know what the answer would be, but.
And we wouldn't know who's got power because we have no way to tell. So it'd all be like rumor, like word of mouth. Like, I hear they've got power in Manitoba. Great, we're all headed to Manitoba. But you get up there and they're like, what are you talking about, eh? We don't need power.
Dude, it's crazy. And I mean, these are civilized you know what I mean? Like these aren't third world countries where they are without power. And I mean, just seeing the pictures of the of the street and how people are freaking out. It's scary. But for now, we got power.
Good.
Let's hope. All I could think this morning was it's just going to go out any second. Like, this is a worldwide attack, and it's going to. That's me being a little bit paranoid. But
I think it'll be back on tonight.
You think so?
Solar flare. Just like the sun hiccuped or burped and shut it all down.
I think their initial quote was at least 10 hours.
Ooh.
So I mean, we should be headed towards light sometime soon.
Or the aliens are coming and we're all doomed.
That would
That'd be cool.
I'd almost appreciate that. I'd almost appreciate, like, it would suck to just have the power go out for some boring reason. Like, if we're going to all be without power, let it be the aliens.
For sure.
Do not go anywhere. Drew Garabo Live is coming up next with a cat named Mo. Diz, appreciate you, buddy. Happy 9 years.
Appreciate it.
Happy
dog.
early birthday.
Thank you.
We'll be back live at 1 p.m. tomorrow. I'm going to try and go through the Scott Stapp impersonation files
a lot
tonight.
of them, John.
There's so many. They're still coming in. We'll give away those Rockville tickets tomorrow. And we will have a pair of tickets tomorrow for the game on Wednesday. So you better keep it locked in. Goodbye.
And it seemed everlasting that you would always be mine.
You're listening to Setting Show on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. NASCAR lives right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm.
This week, it's the NCS Worth 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. Coverage starts at 2:30 p.m. with the race starting at 3:30.
Race days Sundays, where NASCAR lives in Tampa Bay. Right here on 102.5 The Bone. Sponsored by Jerry Ohm Jeep Ram. #1 in the country. Now, a Bone traffic update from the Farah and Farah Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center.
In Pinellas, an accident northbound along US 19 at Curlew has had the left lane blocked. You may also still encounter activity from an earlier crash in St. Pete along Roosevelt Boulevard at 9th Street or Dr. King. In Hillsborough, expect delays from an accident along the Temple Terrace or Bullard Parkway at Harney Road. Further north, an accident northbound on US 41 at Sunset Lane has the left lane blocked. And in southern Hillsborough, there's a wreck with road blockage along Sims Road at US 41. This is Jim with traffic.
Save time and money with mobile service at Jerry Ohm Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They come to you and perform on-site simple repairs or routine maintenance. Schedule mobile service with Jerry Ohm today. Online at jerryohm.com. Tampa is Ohm country. See dealer for complete details.
From Saturday Night Live and his multiple Netflix specials, Emmy-winning comedian John Mulaney announces his new tour, Mr. Whatever. Straz Center, Saturday, December 6th. Tickets on sale now at strazcenter.org.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll. Safety's the goal.
Cat named Mo for Crunch Fitness, where you can join now for $0 enrollment. Membership started at $9.99 a month. Go to crunch.com, where you can also find out about the tons of strength and cardio equipment, all cutting-edge machines to make you lean or pack on muscle for the upcoming summertime. $0 enrollment. How do you beat free? With membership starting again at $9.99 a month. With nearly 500 locations nationwide, you will have no trouble finding a convenient gym close by. Go to crunch.com for the location nearest you and get crunched. Hurry, offer ends 4/30.
This April is your last chance to max your tax refund at Sun Toyota. Bring us your rebate and we'll double it up to $3,000. Then get 0% financing on select new Toyota trucks. Backed by a nationwide lifetime warranty with 4-year maintenance on new models. Hurry in today or shop online at suntoyota.com. Because when you make it Sun Toyota,
we make it happen.
Sun Toyota.
Call 1-800-639-3367 for more information.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Looking for expert construction services in Tampa Bay? Waterman Construction Group is your go-to for commercial and residential projects. From demolition to new HVAC, patios, pavers, and driveways, they've got you covered. Whether it's a new build, remodel, or storm repair, Waterman Construction handles your project from start to finish with personalized service, honest pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. Visit watermanconstructiongroup.com or call 813-715-7383. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Tell them Mike Caldesea.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire America's largest injury law firm for your case? There's lots of reasons. Just like there's a reason millions of people called us last year in their time of need. When it comes to fighting for justice and compensation, millions of people across the country trust us to go to battle for them. We became the largest injury law firm in the world for a reason. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast Card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
At International Diamond Center, we're all about family. And no one plays a more important role in the life of any family than Mom. She's the rock, the hero, the one that holds it all together. So we invite you to help us celebrate the mothers in our lives with the perfect Mother's Day gift and a little something extra. We've put together a special collection of jewelry just for Mom. We've set aside these carefully selected items so there's no guesswork. You can stop in, shop with ease, and get Mom a timeless gift she's sure to love. And to make it really special, with any purchase of $249 or more, we'll give you a $50 spa gift card so she can use it to treat herself to a day of pampering and relaxation. So come join us at IDC. Help us say a big thank you to the mothers in our lives with a gorgeous bracelet, maybe a pair of diamond earrings, a colored gemstone ring, or a piece from our Perfect Love collection. Buy the jewelry and we'll throw in the $50 spa treat at no charge. Happy Mother's Day from International Diamond Center, Tampa, Clearwater, Lakeland, and Sarasota. Online, shopidc.com.
Injured? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
My name is Drew. For now.